Oh, that's the wrong place. Hello, everyone. How's it going today? I'm just gonna get some music set up and then we will figure out the plan for today. So, I know I have in my notes here from like a few weeks ago when we planned out the rest of the Deepwater Guard opening campaign that I want, at the very least, a heavy fighter, kind of similar probably in size to the Shrike, in order to be able to, fight stuff that maybe the Razor Bill just couldn't take on, right? What are we looking for music today? Any suggestions in chat is always nice. In the meantime, hello to Gremlin Seraph. Good to see you. How have you been? Rage, good to see you as well. Tuesday, thank you to Hydrate. Gromky and Morgana, welcome in, welcome in. How's everyone going today? Alright, what game do I feel like listening to today? You know what? I'm actually not sure. Oh, they got the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update sound. That would be cool. Cruiser, thank you for the 25 months. I'm still here. Hello, Cruiser. Welcome in. I've been listening to a lot of Fire Emblem lately as I've been doing music selection for... Oh, we can do Baldur's Gate. You know, I've never listened to Baldur's Gate. Let's listen to that, shall we? Alright. Oh, okay. You know what? This is kind of a vibe. Alright, I can respect this. Okay. We can get behind this, I think. Monster, how's it going? 630 stream streak. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, it has vocals. Alright, we're gonna switch to Hades then. That's a little bit too much right now. Do we have Witcher Free Bellin? Hey, there we go. Witcher Free. Oh, Witcher Free is a game I gotta play sometime. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do it on the hardest difficulty, I think, actually. I want to get into challenge runs of like games that have to do with history. Honestly, I just think it's neat, you know? Alright, so we have our music. We have our plan for today of building a heavy fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm tired. I was up until 4 a.m. playing Warno again. Y'all know me by this point. But I will say, I got into a flow state with Warno last night, which was really fun. Do you ever, like, we literally just went on a like 6-game win streak, Spidacy, and it was insane. You want to know have that teacher giving me brain aneurysms? Hell yeah. Hey, look at that. You survived for your exams, right? That's great. Aren't we all tired, Rory? I don't know. Are we all tired? How we feel? All right, general check-in. How are we doing today? Sob, good to see you. Hello. I shared some fun stuff with Rory. Yeah, you did. Actually, I did actually read over your notes afterwards, Sob. That actually did help me a lot. Sob, am I allowed to talk about what you sent me without going into too much detail? Because that's actually a really funny story. Only teacher that gives 90-minute lunch breaks. Yeah, dude, it's just notes. Okay, I just wanted to ask first, because... So, for those of you that don't know... Oh, it's a... For those of you that don't know, we're in an ad break, so I'll tell the story after the ads. Alright? I'll tell the story after the ads. In the meantime, though, let's boot up into the game here. The image of Patrick with smoke coming out of his brain. Oh no, Rage! I'm doing good? Hell yeah, Gremlin, that's great to hear. And you know what, guys? Even if you're not doing good, that's okay too. Not every day has to be the best day. Not every day has to be a winner. Alright? As long as you're doing your best, it's fine. Oh, I want us to be with my boyfriend? That's fair. That is very fair. Alright, I guess I will hide behind my little clipboard here. You can't see me. Alright, there we go. What game did we... Oh, last game we played was Asterix and Obelix, right? God, I want to go back to that sometime. Is that gonna be a nuisance on the Vintage Story server? Hell yeah. I love Vintage Story. I had an idea back when I first started content creation. Before I really pivoted into Paradox games. Of, like, using Vintage Story as a way to explain a lot of archaeological concepts. And I think I need to... Now that I'm a much better YouTuber, like, editor... I need to revisit that idea, but it's one of those things I don't want to start until I know I'm gonna perfect it. Does that make sense? So, it's why I'm, like, hesitant to play Vintage Story, but also it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, come on, it's such an easy win archaeologically. Alright, let's spawn in the Shrike today. Alright, now you guys are back from the ads as well. So, I was playing Warno last night, and the part of the Warno, part in Warno that I'm struggling with lately has been urban warfare. Now, last night was probably the first time I had urban warfare where it just clicked for me, and I was kicking ass, like, because we were doing in-houses, right? So for reference, I'm a level 8, and I only have about 50 hours in War now. I was playing against people who have about 500 hours. And then I have a buddy of mine who is at 1.8k hours. So it was like decently balanced teams, because you have one really strong guy and the new guy versus two very decent players. I have to admit, I love playing against these two, because I always learn, like, they either find some way to troll me, which, I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to watch out for that next time, or it's just a genuinely good fight where sometimes I lose. And that's okay, because losing is part of the learning process. But it's very fun. Hey, Squeeple's like, oh my god, you're over 1 year. That's crazy. Oh, we got a hype train going. Oh, goddamn, guys. How many of you are subscribing today? I appreciate it, but no. Smoke. Yeah, anyway, so I was struggling with urban warfare. And so Saab, who's in the VC, just quietly slides into my DMs all of his notes from the US Army about urban warfare. I'm like, oh shit, that's actually really useful. But it's just so funny. It's imagine playing War Thunder. You're like, oh man, I don't know how to use the Bradley, and you just slid the entire Bradley's user manual. Marines. Oh right, yes, sorry, yes, Marines. Yeah. Should go in the debt and sub just sort of funny. Oh, please do not go in the debt. No, only subscribe if you can comfortably financially do so. Okay. Like, life is rough right now. I'm not going to ask for any subscriptions, okay? People, please only subscribe if you can financially do so. But, you're right, yes, the Marines, sorry. But yeah, anyway, it was just really funny. It's just like, oh man, I'm struggling with urban warfare. I'll do anything, And it's like, the squirrel with his hands above his head, and it's just Saab slided me urban warfare notes from the military. It's like, oh, it just locks in. And I will say it did help, because the next match I played, I fucking demolished the opponent in urban warfare. So now what I'm doing is I'm prepping my deck, because Warner's a deck builder. And I'm prepping my deck to do a 1v1 against Spicy, which will be fun. Because he has like almost 2k hours. I'm not going to win, but it'll be fun. Oh, right, I was building SD last time I played. And that's all I will talk about on that point. In pubs, summarized, yeah. Yeah, I'm here to Geneva suggestion, not a Geneva convention. Not the juicy stuff, it's the shit you can find in pubs. Oh, yeah. No, I understand. Like, I'm not saying you leak classified info, nor would I expect you to, nor ask you to, nor let you in my DMs. I would tell you to delete that shit if you tried. I'm just saying it was just funny that you just had it on hand, right? Yeah, no, it was all conventional stuff, like, like smoke before you approach, breaching clear, stuff like that. Yeah. Nah, that I completely get. All right, so let's look at the strike today. All right, we've looked at the strike today. Now what, chat? I feel like we've done most of our chores today. No. So I think what we could do with the strike is maybe, honestly, I think we just take the strike, and instead of having a single tail, we turn it into a twin boom. We put a inline rear engine to replace the two that we're going to be losing. We maybe put a little bit more wind space in, so like these are 2 meter right now. Maybe we make these 4 meter in here. And then that way we'll have enough space at the back here for bigger props and that inline engine. And then I think we do a big APS and then a few bombs. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Right now I'm working in FD on a secondary with the turret cap deck with like a simple weapon for some reason. Hey, some people do that. It's great. MOUT, Urban Ops is fucking evil, dude. Yeah, honestly, I can agree with that. Rare Herzog appearance. People come and go as they get busy, right? Life is busy. Also, the majority of our community is like what? Early to mid 20s. So, people are starting to get jobs, starting to finish university, starting to get careers. Strike's propeller layout is actually a very efficient thing to do IRL. Yes, I do know that. So basically what we did for this monster was the strike is literally just a mosquito from World War II, and then I just gave it extra props. But yeah, I think we'll do the strike, but with a twin boom configuration. So let's take a look here. Is this? Oh yeah, this is from my laptop ID. That's so funny to me. This vehicle was made by someone else. Their operating name is Rorston. Me looking into the mirror. Who am I? Stop! Thank you for the 100 bits. I should have it set up where 100 bits means you can use the TTS, no? Did I mess that up? I may have messed that up. Twin boom? Yeah, so like have the engines go into tails and then have it the tail be twinned. So like there's the tails to control. One second, where's the Gaffa? Does the Gaffa have that? I know the new frigate bird has it. Yeah, so see how the Gaffa has this set up here? Except obviously this isn't. It's not going to be as. It's not going to be as what's it called? As extreme as the Gaffas. But I kind of want to. I kind of want to do something like this. Rip train. Ah, it's okay. So thank you for the extra 100 bits. Though I appreciate it. Corey, how's it going? Good to see you. Why did I just get a reminder saying automated backups? Hello? Twitch? Would you like to work today by any chance? I'm gonna refresh you, buddy. Alright, White Hood, good evening. How's it going? Alright, I'm hoping that's working now. Aren't planes actually bow to the sky? So airships are. Planes are more like submarine in the sky. That's all I'll say on that matter. The strike shouldn't have twin boom. Well, this isn't the new strike. This is a personal strike. I'm customizing one because I want to have a heavy fighter similar to, is it the Lightning? Yeah, P-38 Lightning. Yeah. So imagine the P-38 Lightning. That's pretty much what I'm going to be going for with this idea. Because this is going to be a heavy fighter / bomber. So I guess technically medium bomber or tactical bomber, heavy fighter. And then we can just switch the payload depending on what needs we need. Oh, well, in that case, twin boom all the way. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? What do you mean just saying Shrek in chat? Oh, yeah, I'm going to build a bomber. Chat, Shrek. And I'm like, I don't know what they mean by this. What do you mean by that? All right. How do I think I do want it to be based off the Shrike's fuselage, though, just so it has that, common heritage. So I think we'll just improve the Shrike's looks. So that should be a 1 meter and 2. Okay, so I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do today. Strike that over there did it a little bit more, how do you say, complex, but I do not get. Let's keep the glass on this time. I don't feel like doing broken glass again. And then we get one back here. Then we taper it off at the bottom there. Okay. If you had twin boom and at the back of the main fuselage, you had the bomb bay, like eject the bombs like backwards. That could be an idea. I think we'll end up with wind-mounted bombs though, because at the back is going to be that engine, right? So I'm imagining, cut the tail off. So take off these props, right? Put the twin boom tail on, and then in this central square area where there's nothing now, we put a third prop. So we have 2 forward-facing props, 2 pull props, 1 push prop. Humble Steel Factory with a 2,000-pound green round lad arrives with no invitations. Look, he's just a little guy, okay? Let that sink in. Me talking about the bunker buster? Let that sink in. Yeah, and I think we will, is there any other way I want to change the cockpit, really? Not really. Maybe I can just make it a slightly longer cockpit to make it feel more like naval aviation. But I don't think that's particularly needed. I forgot how good Witcher Freeze music is. Holy crap. The sink's outside outside Roar's door. Please help me. That sink is trying. It sounds like someone's breaking in. Calm down, dude. Alright. Smooth strike isn't real. Smooth strike can't hurt you, okay, guys? Yeah, that's what I thought we did. Yeah, the idea will be the same, though, as the original strike with just, you know what, actually, I am going to make it longer. I do want it longer. There we go. Yeah, idea will be similar enough to the original strike, though, in terms of, like, mostly wood construction to avoid cost. And then I just need something big enough that it can support itself out in the field, because the Razor Bills only have supply for about, like, 10 minutes. What is Ara Ara, and why do I need, like, 50,000 rocks? Because Ara Ara is a very stereotypical anime fin. I think it just translates to, like, oh my, or something like that. But basically, it's, like, the standard anime mommy fin, which people love, and so I did it once as a joke, and people very much enjoyed it, so I put it as a redeem for a lot of points. I'll just say people enjoyed it and leave it at that. I see, yeah. The majority of those redeems, I gotta put back Maidstone now with the subathon's over. I've just been lazy. So there's a lot of redeems I gotta fix up in there. Alright, yeah, you can come here. Go. I do actually kind of like the bulkiness at the back with this. And because we added this 4 beam up here instead of a free beam, then we don't need the 1 beam back here, which works out pretty nicely for us. It's amazing how easy it is to rebuild something, huh? And then this is where we have to realize, oh shit, wait, we need to cut it off at some point. So let's actually cut it off here. Let's take you. Now, do I want to use the same type of engine? Is the question. I think for the nacelles, I definitely want to keep these, because I actually quite like the look of these. So you see the lack in that my throw my rocks at raw redeem. Well, that's not a redeem, that's TTS. Or TITS. So yeah, if you want to throw rocks, that's bits reliant, I believe. Which reminds me, I need to boot that up. Why is my... Oh, that was weird. My VTube studio was in the middle of a crash. Save your vehicle? Oh, thank you. You never know. I will say, I very rarely have FTD crash, but then again, my VTube studio was just crashing there, so. Alright, easy campaign. What do we want to call this? Do we have an idea for this yet, or do we... Oh, I'll just call it Heavy Fighter. Heavy Fighter. I'm back. I will join you for Warno. I suck at it, though. Be warned. Hey, no worries. I also suck at Warno. So, from my understanding of what Spadicy's been telling me, but he's probably just glazing me, is that I'm better than most people at my rank level. But also, you know, I still have a lot to learn, which is fair. I think the biggest thing is I'm just willing to learn, whereas I know a lot of our friends in our group want to play Warno how they think it's played, from my understanding, to put it nicely. And I'm the only one who goes like, wait a minute, what if I just listen to the person who knows what they're doing? Have we considered this? Alright, yeah, just a 2-meter there. And then we'll just frame it over when we get time. Oh, I guess I can't have glass at the front. Yeah, that has to be a metal reinforced fuselage, because I just realized I need somewhere to have the applique, or to have the APS stick out. Alright, so I guess we're removing the bomber sight. So sad. Do you like one fin right, and I just bullshit because I hate micro. It's so fair. So fair, honestly. Alright, yeah, see, so there's the throw-in system, which for some reason has decided to show its UI. Put your UI away. Yeah, no, I would love to play Warner with you, sub. Because I need more people my skill. Like, I'm always punching up right now in Warner. There's nobody who's my skill level. I am the lowest skill level right now. It means that every match I learn a shit ton. And, you know, when I do win, it's very fun. Because I love punching up. But, like, you know, sometimes it's also nice to not be the underdog. Sometimes it's nice to, did a correct modified rendition of Sorcerer and it worked? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I will say it's similar to a lot of games I've been playing lately, right? So I've been doing a game as LARPing as the Roman Empire, and I only started winning when I started using Roman tactics. I feel like real-life tactics absolutely work in games. It's just whether or not you're willing to commit to them, right? Punch up. Oh no. Now the Irishman has found me. Jacksepticeye is on his way. Okay, let's maybe do this. You know how we do this, actually? Actually, yeah, I think we do it like this, because I think we have to split it off into a prop anyway, so. Okay. Now, normally I would fill this in to fill all the gaps, but I realized that we probably aren't going to have the room inside with the APS Tetris. So I will have to be mindful of that. Did I really make the strike fuselage that small? I did, didn't I? I did. Shit, okay. Commit to the ground I gained at all element. I said to continue pushing armor up into an AT line even after my smoke ran out because I was too lazy to make them go anywhere else. Fair. That's been my issue as well. Like I'll get one good armor push, and then I'll start acting like it's blitzkrieg, which sometimes works and sometimes I just get rolled for it. It's the opposite of underdog, overdog. It's overcat. Alternatively, it could be updog, but nobody ever knows what that is, and I have to explain it to them all the time. You guys can't see it, but I need you to imagine I'm doing the smuggy emote from the Discord. I'll put it in general just so you don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. Carried away, you ran. Hey, how's that going? I heard Blitzkrieg. Yeah, we're talking about different tactics in war now. See, I would simply play the Earth Mover Gambit. That always went so true. I gotta get back into Ultra Kill at some point. You know, after my smoke ran out, yeah. That's the other thing too. I use tanks like line infantry lately, which has actually been surprisingly effective, but also very funny to me. Because at the end of the day, it always just goes back to fucking line battles. Doesn't matter what you're playing. Anyway, I must go. Yeah, no worries, Monster. Have a good one. Good seeing you. Okay. So we have this here. Tank is light infantry? No, line infantry. So like where you line them up and then shoot at each other. How big is your industry? Well, so White Hood, the idea of war now is that it's 1989, and it's like, what if the Cold War goes hot? And so the majority of the engagements that you fight in war now are considered to be within the first 2 weeks of a hot war between NATO and the Warsaw Pact. So on NATO's side, I mostly play Canada, but I just started playing France's 5th Division. And France pretty much just has all Canadian style weapon, or like the same use case for a lot of their weapons, like medium tanks, stuff like that, but they're just better. And so I've become a real monster since starting to play France. Like I have not lost a game since I started playing France. And then on the Pact side, I played Czechoslovakia's 1st Tankova Division. At the Rock Team, hey Guru, welcome in. No, Infinite needs no Vix. Oh, he needs supply Vix, true. France W Poggy. Honestly, again, I'm so glad that France remains separate from NATO in terms of like the military, because some of their doctrines and some of their like weapons, like the AMX-10, for example, absolutely insane. Love that guy. Which is what the show tells. Well, the show tells based off of Boarhound, but it has some AMX-10 in his blood. All right, that's gonna be an engine. Stop touching it. Okay. So now I need drop down 1 and then put the wings in. Okay. Now, do I want to do 4 here? I think 4 is a little bit much, no? And then also, yeah, move it back. Yeah, I think 3 works for now. Doctrine adapts to the weapon system, true. To look at more Onyx Watch tanks to look at before I commit to a look at me things, that's fair. Onyx Watch is super easy right now because it only has 1 style for tanks. And then I'm currently working on a 2nd style just to bring some variety to the faction. But that's a surprise talk that we'll have later. Because I'm not quite ready to reveal my little machinations in the Onyx Watch yet. Alright, now, technically, it would be more block efficient to do this, but that also annoys me, so I'm not going to be doing that. How big are the wins do we want to say? The back corner, okay. There we go. Alright, so there's our wins. Honestly, if we're doing that boom, I probably want it to be more than 2 wide, eh? Or it's 3 wide right now. Do I want to make that 4? Do I just go for it? It would mean I could have a chunkier fuselage, too. Playing Yomi Hustle right now? I'm not familiar with that one. You have to explain that one to me. Weapon, gear, body in that exact order. Okay. a weapon to surpass body gear. Yeah, I think I do that there. Bobs. You still have to explain that with me. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. It's another to-do player. Like, what I'm doing is stupid, but if I can make it look right, it'll be rad. Okay, I get that. We've all been there. Now, I think we keep the fuselage the same size. The APS will just be weaker than we'd like, but that's the price we pay. And honestly, this thing's gonna be fast enough, presumably, but we don't have to worry about getting hit, right? Looks into the camera, smiles. I'm sure we'll be okay. Do I just copy the engine? Now is the question. For the cell. I think the answer might be yes. I do kind of like these, honestly. I have to clean them up, obviously, but like, they are just kind of good-looking fellas. Okay, I need to stop building with the F9 menu off. Like, hello, I need the UI to build. What am I doing? And then we'll stop it just here because we don't need that rear one. All right, and then we put. He has the steam jets in him still. All right, I think looks-wise, this is kind of what I want, but we'll have to modify it heavily. And then you go in just behind where the engine block would have been. About like here-ish. Yeah? Feels a little bit too far forward. No. That lines the props up with the nose. Okay, no, that actually is where it's supposed to be. Okay. Ah, I see how we had it set up. Okay, I see what's happening here. Honestly, I think I kind of want to make a new one. But the hit 2 a.m. Yeah, no worries, sub. Have a good one. You can do a barrel roll to drop the bombs. Well, the bombs aren't the issue right now. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to be a fighter still. Make it an open top, like a flying field gun. Oh my god. Just saying random BS right now and hope of being funny to someone. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not sure if I think we have to redo our engines. Or at the very least, we can we'll leave space for them. I think we will do 4 out. No, 3 out actually works. Keeps it compact. I want this thing to look decently aerodynamic, right? Alright, now we do our wedges. So, 3 outs. Oh, yay mounts. How wide are you right now, boy? 19, you are 49. Alright, we get 30 blocks. I will not be counting these. Get just away while I try to read this. Yeah, no worries. Alright, we went a little bit too far. There we go. Which means now if I know what I'm doing, and I should be good. Alright. Honestly, making planes is one of those things I gotta get back into. Because I made like a bunch of planes all at once, and then I really haven't touched them since. Which is sad, because like I enjoy doing it. There we go. So that's pretty much the strike wins, and then just 4 all the way back until we hit 2. That works for me. Alrighty. Whoop. 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 And then I think this is where I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? No, can't be. Yes, it is, because the engine. Right. Engine blocks exist. So I actually do need to put it out one more, I think, because how did I manage this over here on the strike? I did 3 4s. Ah, then you're inside the engine block. I see. Curious. Why did I do that? Let's paint you guys how we need you to be. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we just need to move it out by 1 then. There we go. That should work. Pop, pop, pop. Hey, perfect. There we go. Ow! Ow. Thank you, Tiny, for the 10 bits. Hey, there we go. All right, the bits are working again. Yeah, sorry about that earlier. I expected them to be working as normal, but they weren't. Did you hear about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them. That's pretty good. Tiny, how you been? It's good to see you. Alright, there we go. Get you in there. We are working on a fighter bomber today. Yeah, I think right here it just does. Okay, that's what was causing me concern. I was trying to put it back out by 1, but it didn't need to go. No, I do have to make it 1 longer. Okay, that's fine, whatever. There we go. And there's the engine, which means you just come out to here. Alright. There's our plane's overall profile. The 2 engines will then be able to make it go wherever we need to. Hey, Carson, making it to 25. God, 25 months feel. Does anyone else feel like 25 months feels insane? That feels like an insane amount of time. Peak, what the fuck? Fix the win? What do you mean, fix the win? I'm just making it like the Shrikes win. It's just the Shrike. Yeah, that is just how the Shrike did it, isn't it? What's wrong with it? It's actually literally how the Shrike did it. You know what you did? No. No, I don't. 3-meter wood beam. Oh! Okay, unironically, I did miss that. That's actually really funny. Thank you. I should probably put it all this way, too. There we go. So now it lines up at the back as well. That you just placed. I honestly didn't even notice that. That's pretty funny. Alrighty. Keep streaming for another 6 years. We'll eventually get people who've been subscribed for 100 months. Don't do that to me. 6 years? Oh, God. Wow. I'll be 32 in 6 years. That's crazy to think about. In 6 years? Like, I'll be in my early 30s. 30-year-old Steamston. Yeah, I would. You know what? I was gonna say, I wonder how the world will look in 6 years. Honestly, actually, I don't want to know. Let's go back 6 years. Let's go back to 2020. No, actually, 2020 was really good up until the lockdown. So maybe let's not go back to 2020. Hey, how goes aging? Oh, you know, existential crisis. How goes your aging? From what I've heard, a certain someone turned 30 today. I may or may not have replied on Blue Sky with an incredible meme. Oh, alright, okay, alright, I do I do feel bad for that, because what happened is I saw your original Blue Sky, and then what do you call them? Tweets? I'm just gonna call it a tweet. I saw your tweet, and I was like, oh nice, like, you know, happy birthday and all that. And then I scrolled down 1 swipe, and I saw that meme I sent to you, and I was like, oh, I know what I have to do. And let me, here, I'll get a screenshot of it, because it is pretty funny. There we go. Where is it? There we go. Alright, I'll put this in general chat. What I should do is I should get, like, a bot set up, like how Corbett has it, where I can just, all my tweets get sent to like, a channel on the Discord, so people can see all the shenanigans I get up to. Or you guys could just follow me on Blue Sky. Alright, there we go. It's in general syrup. Faded, truly. It's a funny story. Actually, you know what? That one might go in quotes. I'm gonna put that one in quotes. There we go. Alrighty. So, funny story? Hell yeah. Wait, yeah, didn't you? Wait, what do you mean funny story? Didn't you just say you had to go? Aren't you driving? Okay. Yeah, so we've smoothed out the Shrike here. We're gonna give him a little APS nose at the front, eventually, TM. Fitting the APS in here is gonna be one hell of a challenge. I'm not looking forward to that. But it is what it is. And I guess now I have to redesign the engines, huh? I hate it. I hate redesigning engines. Actually, I feel like most of it is already done for us, because let's be honest, I kind of cooked on this the first time. Just gotta redo this segment here, because I don't like these spin-blocked engines. They looked cool back in 2022, but I'm not a fan of them anymore. Alright, let's rebuild you. What is that? 1, 1, 2. Okay. I did like these little, like, metal faceplates I did, though, even if they are unaerodynamic as hell. Then you go... You line up with the nose, right? You line up with the tip of the nose? Yeah, just a little bit off the top, so you line up with the curve. Here. I believe that's where it should be, yes. Then you line up with the side shot. Okay, so put you a little bit too high, buddy. Why aren't you scrolling Twitch chat? Stretches are having a meeting in our room, so I have to wait for them to finish up. Oh, shit. Damn, more time to, you know, for whatever you need to do. There we go. Hey, presto, there we go. Then the prop goes in there. We'll have the engine. I normally like having the engine block here and then having the cylinders come out this way. It's going to be injector bricks anyway, so I don't mind. And then obviously we'll have another big engine at the back of the main fuselage. I just need to get these nacelles in so that I can get the booms in so I can get the tail in. Strike use radial engines? Great question. The answer, I don't think so. Maybe it does. They were based off the British engines. I didn't do these engines because I had like these style engines in beforehand, and then I think Paphos swapped these out when he took it. So these spin blocked ones I didn't do. So a V12-16 then? Sure. Just crashed and didn't let me back in for 3 minutes? Oh, shitty. Sorry to hear it. What was I cooking down here? It's kind of clean, but what was I cooking? Alright. Let's polish this part up here. I'm not the biggest fan of this part. So I like the angle that we had there, especially because it allows the air intake. But we can deco out the rest of it. And because it's a quote-unquote fan build, I don't have to actually care about whether or not it works. It just works, TM. Yeah, so over here, for example, I can do this. I can do this and then stretch them out a little bit. There we go. Do I like that, though, is the question. I think it's better than it was before. And then that's what, 2 into a 4? Okay, that works for me. And that will let us build the rest of the cell out into the boom as well. These style engines are too heavy for aircraft. Most radial engines are odd numbered. Oh, interesting. Hey, Potat, how's it going? Did I get Psyops? Is Potat even in here? Oh, Cruiser, Rage is not Potat. Potat is Superbot. Rage is a different person. Doesn't look radial to me. Hey, Henry, how's it going? Good to see you. I saw the hi Potat. I didn't see who you were responding to. Rage? Yeah, no, Ragebot is a separate person. Potat's account... Potat's account is Superbot. Ah. Sorry, Rage. Cruiser... Yeah, because I saw the hi Potat. I said hi Potat, and I was like, wait a second. Potat's not in here. I've been psyoped by Cruiser. He can't keep getting away with this. Reverend Christ, Spitfire's right there. To be fair, he do spit fire. Let's put you on here for now. Just mirror. Now we go back to over here. With mirror. All right. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, V-type engine for the Shrike is very fitting because they were used for old aircraft. Interesting. I'm gonna sit here and pretend I know what y'all are talking about. If it's not made with rocks, I don't want it. Here I work in civilian aircraft, or at least learning how to do so. Yeah, so I guess for a civilian airliner, it might be too heavy, yeah? I'd assume. Alright, so that's our baseline there. Not bad. And then because we have more room, that means we can get bigger props, which means more speed. Because I will say the Shrike's main issue is that its props are kind of small. So I was basing them off the old Daddy Blade ones, right? And so he needs the steam jets in order to compensate. Because he's the compensator. Alright. And so we get free spaces for the engine, which will just be an injector brick. I don't particularly care about how that looks. Who looks at the engines on plane? Oh, who looks at the engines on planes anyway? Am I right, chat? Nobody likes plane engines that much, right, chat? Alright. There we go. So now we need to figure out how to make the booms look proper. We do, in fact, need to figure out 2 big booms. Let's actually expand it out here. Get some more bulk on the nacelles there. Get FAA Me, man, who cares about the plane or the engines on a plane? Me looks in chat, they're talking about FFA specs or FAA specs and V-type engines. So misinformation is coming for me. Oh no, you spread misinformation. He's after you. Mr. Information's after you now. Oh no, Mr. Information's gonna find you. Alright, how do I want to work on this tail? I think... like, lengthwise, I probably only want it out to here, right? And then ideally, I'd want it to come in like this. And then we just have to worry about how to make the tail, which now, for the first time in Rorson VT history, I'm going to have to use my old Gotha as reference for something. Alan, we are so fucked. I love that bit. It's one of my favorite YouTube shorts I see nowadays. It's just the Alan, we are so fucked. It's like, oh yeah, no, we got this. Turns around. We are so fucked. That's Potad and I doing a bounty build for one of the Evercodals. Like, if Potad and I are working on something and someone goes like, oh yeah, could you add this, this, and this? And we go, yeah, that's fine. And we just turn to each other and go, we are so fucked. Alright, how did I do this? I did curve it in sideways, okay. Put it in sideways. Honestly, I could actually steal these old little wind panels too. Because this golf is getting replaced, because it's going to get replaced by... Do I still have the large Chungus Among Us in my downloads? I do. Nice. Alright, so we have the frigate bird here. I should probably save this as the new version, honestly. Did not just have frigate bird? Okay. There we go. I think I will check if the meeting is over. Yes, yeah, no worries. Alright. So frigate bird is, yeah, so like this is kind of what I want to do, right? Except obviously at a lot smaller scale. God, I forgot how hardcore and I went on the shaping of this one. Paphos finally painted it, and I think did a good job, and then he's just doing a lot of breadboard and final touches, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, that's a lot of detail. That's a lot more detail than it should be. I'm gonna kill orange. Alright. Yeah, look, the little floaties come down. It's so cute. Okay, so how are we gonna get this to work now? Oh. Honestly, I think we actually moved this out. I think we need a little bit of the thickness here just so it doesn't look flat. I think we actually moved you up to here, buddy. It's gonna make it feel rather bulky, though, I have to admit. We'll see if we can fix that in the future. But... yeah, actually, yeah, I don't like that. Turn into a submarine in the background there. No, look, he's just under the water, alright? See? It's like, you know how an alligator or a crocodile will have its nostrils above water, but the rest of it underwater for stealth? He's doing the same thing. His engines are above water, so he can take off at any time. But he's stealth mode right now. No radar will pick him up right now. Give it a periscope now. It's actually one of the things I want to do. I want to make a flying wind craft that is kind of based off like flying fish, or maybe a tandem wind aircraft. So I've been looking at the tandem wind aircraft quite a bit lately. And then base it off a flying fish. Call it the Barbados. I am under the water. I am under the water, please help. I am drowning. Hello, Kata. How's it going? Alrighty. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this. Honestly, I think just the normal. I think just two of the normal Shrike's tails actually work here. I'm gonna say it. I don't care if I copied the Shrike. It's my own build. That's 2, 2, 1, 1, 4. Why do I build like that? Maybe I shouldn't copy my own builds. Why do I build like that? Who builds like that? Alright. Put you down here. You up here. There we go. That should be free Talia. Yes. Yes, it should be. Okay. And then do this. Fuck it. Let's go 4. We got time. No, actually, we don't. Alrighty, there we go. Just been chilling, gonna get food soon, probably? Hell yeah. We'll love to hear it. I should have probably gotten food before stream today, but I was a silly little guy and didn't eat before stream. And now I'm starving. Oh, okay, that works great. I'm happy with that. Now, I think halfway in the midpoint here. I think about here-ish, probably. You can put, like, the vertical stabilizers. Which are free to... Why do I build like this? Why do I build like this? Why do y'all let me build like this? Okay, 4, 2, 2. Oh god, it's 2s all the way around. I am once again asking chat, why do you let me build like this? Why do you let me get away with this? Just having wood on metal causes rust, to be honest. I see. I just really don't like the wood texture on the wedges, hence why I'm changing it up. I probably don't want that curved out. Oh, but the curved out tail, like the elevator, looks so good though. Attitude. Can we stop you? No, you probably couldn't stop me, honestly, now that I think about it, because I would build it anyway, but and then, like, you know, 2 years later go, oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, not done yet? Wow, that is a long-ass meeting. All right. Let's do a little silly. I'm just doing the shaping for now. When we go back for the like the pitch authority and the elevators and all that, we will change it around so it actually looks proper. But why do I build one? Oh, I hate it here. Why do I do this to myself every time? Every time I tell myself you're gonna be nice to future Rory, I never am. I hate that guy. What an asset. Alright. Alrighty. We went one too far out. Fucking kidding me. Okay. There we go. Hey, presto. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. There's our little elevator stabilizers there. I don't know if I've... Yeah, I can keep it like the Shrike and then just do it all the way across, I think. Let's do this, though. Do like this. And then we can just do some, like, I don't know. Actually, do I want wedges around the back? I just realized I probably don't want wedges on the elevator. I want it to be sloped at the back, don't I? That's how I do it on all the airplanes, no? How did I do it on the frigate? Yeah, it should be wedges at the front, sloped at the back. Okay. I forgot to change that on the Shrike after I started doing that. That ain't, to be honest. No, I'm not a fan of it. All right, let's delete you. Let's go back to our roots of building it decently properly. There we go. Okay. Now that means what? I want to have it go. I don't really want it to go past there, do I? Ideally, no. Alright, and then from here, maybe we can do this. Have it pulled in just a little bit. How do we feel about that? I think that shape works a little bit better. It's not ideal, mind you, but then from here, match this up here. I have to change the texture because that's a little bit too much metal, honestly. That's not bad. If I'm looking at it, I might have to actually raise it up a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit too low right now. It's going to be directly in the path of the engine, right? Hey, Strand, how's it going? I fuck with it. Meeting done now. Bye, mate. All right, have a good one, monster. My first to install steel rivets on aluminum sheet metal. Yeah, Strand, I'm building a new fighter bomber for my own campaign here. Have torpedoes under the tail. I'm not worried about the armaments right now. Because keep in mind, we're gonna be having hard point. I want this to make this as modular as possible. Like getting more and more of an urge to get back into the game. Hell yeah, dude. Don't worry. We have some very funny little guys from when you get back into the game. This being one of them over here. But this one is just for me. So this little shitter is not going to be in the main game. I'm pretty much just rebuilding the Shrikes, moving them out, and then making them a fighter bomber instead of just a bomber. The main question is this going to be enough room? Well, actually, yeah, if I put all my resources in the boom, like in the nacelles, so like all my ammo, all my fuel, right? And then have the main area just for the AI and the APS Tetris, I should be okay. I had to shoot with frag instant rounds. Lots of frag instant. Oh yeah, probably. He'll still die. Let's have you come out here now. gonna put you at the same height is the question. No, you're one higher. So I do want you to be in line with everyone else. Get with the program, buddy. Does that work? No, you know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to improvise. That was the wrong type of improvisation. Let's do this. And then we can do this. Yeah, okay, and that gets a little bit, feels so smooth though. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. And then, oh, actually, what if we just have the jet be one higher? Have you considered this? Or not the jet, but the props on the back nacelle. Okay. Aerodynamics wise. Hey Patch, how's it going? Gaming for really one reason. Say versus my absolute favorite streamer now without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, there's an agenda here. What happened to Merxy? It's good to see you, Patch. I'm so glad you got your account back. I felt like I felt so sad having to execute the account when it was compromised. Me sitting there behind Patch. Look at the flowers, Patch. But no, it's good to see you. How have you been? You spent a lot of time making the vehicles I have in mind, and you get the idea. Yeah, let me know if you want to build together anytime. I can help you with the aesthetics and a lot of the like shaping and whatnot. As you can see, because this is all I've done all of this just today right now. Harpoon Strike named the Fiscal. This is big brain named the Fiscal. I actually need to think of a name for this, because like maybe the Petrol. I'm not sure. Because the Petrol is one of the diving birds that we had as an optional name back in when we were working on the bounties, right? I'm not sure if that's what I want to call this. Also, anyway, back to my question. Having the engines one off like this, is that going to be a big issue, do we think? Like, do you think it's going to be that big of an issue? There's an issue. You'll be back in your Discord right away. And I have the bag and prod. I had the bag, prod, and poke M and Rexy still hasn't let me back. Rexy still hasn't let you back in? Oh no! Oh, that's evil. All right, we're gonna okay. Operation. We're gonna use time travel to go steal some of Merxy's shinies. Okay. Oh no. Southern Fiscal or Fiscal Shrike, Lanius Colaris, is a member of the Shrike family found throughout most of southern Africa. Sometimes named Jackie Hainman or Butcherbird due to its habit of impaling its prey on acacia form. Oh yeah, that guy. Therefore, you are my absolute favorite. Hell yeah, let's go. Also, I will say now that we have all the nacelles in, this one kind of goes hard. I'm kind of vibing with this now. This one's gonna be great. Yeah, I wouldn't be against calling it the Fiscal. Harpoon Strike named the Fiscal, yeah. Oh, okay, for the Harpoon one. Yeah. Okay, no, I get that now. Yeah, absolutely, that could be an idea in the future. Not for this one. I think this one will be the Petrol. And this is kind of what I wanted from Deepwater Guard, or like back in the day, you know? Like, take something like the Shrike and modify it. So this is still recognizably a Shrike, but it's very clearly been modified, right? It's kind of like, you know the N1 Naboo Starfighter in Mandalorian? How it's very clearly a Naboo Starfighter, but it's kit bashed the hell out of it. That's what I feel like we're doing here, and that makes me very happy. You know? All right. Let's work on the bottom of the hull now. It's all 2 meters down. Oh, why did I build like that? Oh god. Okay. Okay, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. Let's take you. Around, please. There we go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. There we go. Then that should be underneath the wind part, shouldn't it? It should be. Oh. Could raise the winds up. If I raise the winds up, that means the nacelles raise up by 1 as well. Hmm. Actually, that would fix all my current issues, yeah. I just gotta... Oh, it means I only have 1 fin of height inside instead of 2. And I kind of feel like I need the 2 bits of height if I'm going to be doing APS, right? Hey, Monkey Man, how's it going? If I make it 1 height, though, it's less APS Tetris, but it's more speed. So actually, how's our drag profile right now? Not the best. Not the best. But again, we're gonna have bigger props, which is fair. And we're about the same as the original Shrike. So that will be curious. Wait a second. Sorry, did you say... Okay, so you're aerodynamic, but you're not. Why? That's curious. Why is the metal one not aerodynamic when the wood one is? Beat the to-do impersonator, Ada Black Flash. Oh, okay. Clearance? Is it because that's behind the prop, maybe? I don't think there's nothing in front of this one. Though I think I think I do want to raise this up by 1 though. The elevator back here. Let's clean this up. Actually, I do want to keep the shape on that, so let's change you. Put you in there. Move you out. Put you over here. Put you over here. Change you into that 4 meter that I wanted originally. That feels too long now, doesn't it? Feels a little bit too long. So what we're gonna do then is add just an extra bit of space here. There we go. That goes back to feeling normal. Shot trap for air. There's a block underneath the metal one. The dragon needs clearance. Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. I actually did not know about that. All right, there we go. Put you in there. Get y'all out of here. Put y'all over here. All right, yeah, that looks better. Alrighty, yeah. I did want it a little bit more off the hull, and I'm pretty happy I did this. So now if I look at you, hey, there you go. All right, Monkey Man was right. Thank you, Monkey Man. I appreciate that. I will say I'm quite excited. Like, I'm sorry, I'm staring at this thing because I'm at the point now where I can already see how the end product's gonna look, and I'm very excited for it. This is literally just gonna be the Shrike. The Shrike's cooler brother. Man, Roarspoon Glau, not true. I'm gonna have to build a more billion Glau builds for us. Just to pay Monkey Man back. He's gonna get so many Glau builds, he's gonna have no idea what to do with them. Alright. Okay, and now I still think if I lower the cockpit, that's less APS Tetris room, but it is... Yeah, I'm gonna lower the fuselage as well. And that will give the prop back here a lot more clearance as well, which will be nice. Okay. You go here. Go 5 wide, 5 tall. Length it, sure. Grab you. Delete. Wop. There we go. Oh, look at this lad. He's ready for war. And this has the added benefit of all the props are on the same Z level now. At the wind slope up to cockpit. Well, that we could do that, yes. Finally done with my stuff, and now I feel EP and lightheaded. Oh no! But welcome in. How's it going? I could have it slope up to the cockpit, sure, but would that not? Oh. Trying to think of how I would do that. I don't want to do spin blocks, obviously. We've already done that with the Sirocco. Honestly, do I want to have it slope up to the cockpit? Like, I am trying to keep it recognizably Shrike, right? He really is just the cooler, faster Shrike. That's all he is. No, I don't think I'm going to slope the wins, honestly. I do not see myself wanting to do that. Right, come down here now. At what point do we start sloping you? Do a main fuselage, please. Thank you. Okay. Camera angles. Okay, around here. Yeah, that's what I thought. We get a full positionary block. We go from there. Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say this feels like a little bit too much. Nope, do a 4-1. There we have it. Then from here, oh, look at that. Like a glove. I was going to say like an oyster, and that's not the word I was looking for. But that's very funny to me. I'm not sure why I was going to say like an oyster. Oh, no, this causes issues, doesn't it? Huh. That is what we call, problematic. Why does he look like he got stung by a bee? He looks too puffed up. Oh, I should have said it and not explained decimation, like a verbal flashbang. Yeah, like an oyster. He kind of looks a little puffy compared to the original one. I think it's because we didn't crimp his nose like we did on the original. Do I like this? I don't think I like this. There we go. Yeah, it's not really... There's no way I'm gonna end up liking that. Unless... No, that's not... I'm trying to picture it. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. No, like that even less. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, we don't ball. We just stay where we are. You try quite literally getting face mocked by the old one. Yeah, he's a little bit chonkier. I just really didn't like this segment here with like the little crimped nose. Should I crimp his nose? Am I really gonna do this to my poor son again? Oh, he looks so dumb though and unaerodynamic. Nah, I'm gonna keep him like this. It's what he would have wanted. Maybe a 3 meter to 1 meter transition. Down here or up top? Because the issue is up here, I think. Up top. Give some cheekbones, but maybe? One second. It still look too wide, I feel. The right side of the transition blocks, not the slopes. Ah, okay. The inverse transition. I'm not sure how this would fit up here. Oh, maybe up here. You're saying something like this, presumably? Oh, maybe. I could see that working. Maybe. I said maybe. Like that. He still looks a little bit obtuse. Wait a second. Might be onto something here. We do that. Keep this here, obviously, right? I'm trying to think of how we connect this up still. You know? No, because it goes back to being too chunky. Okay. Huh. Let deco. Yeah. Just see if I can do this without deco though. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little bit better, honestly. Yeah, I kind of like it. Is it the same style and effect as over here, without looking as bad? So it does look like just an upgrade over the previous one. I can get behind this, I think. Beak. Yeah, I don't mind a beak though. Bro, where's your hard hat? Oh, that's a fair point actually. Arrow called me out for that the other day in DM. She was like, "You don't even wear your hard hat anymore." I was like, "Yes, I do. I remember it sometimes." Oh yeah, that looks better, I'd argue. But I think down here we just have to switch to I think maybe up here we do the 3 to 4. And then we switch into that 4. And then we're gonna have to delete all, delete mirror, move you back so we can get you in. And then from here we do this silly little guy. And then stretch him all the way back. And keep that angle. How did I not line that up? I see what I did. I do, in fact. Oh, okay. I've made a mistake. Why does the inverted one always have that, or the inverse one always have to have the square edge? That's so annoying. Fuck it, we ball. There we go. Well, actually, do we ball? Hold on. Do we know ball? That doesn't work. So this new snout, I don't think we can really get as far to the side, can we? Unless I do something like this. Hold on a minute. Yeah, what the hell? Oh yeah, we forgot the entire upper part of the fuselage. Right. Kind of forgot about that. Kind of an important detail. A steak? I fucking love those jokes. I've seen that all over YouTube lately. Just a steak? Where's the gun gonna mount? Probably, if I had to guess, either up top here, so like have this covered with, and have it come out like directly out of the nose, or move it one down. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we feel like putting it at the end. Okay. Now, can I get you to line up here? I could. Many such cases, even. No, because that feels too bulky. Oh, dude, why is the Shrike looks maxing compared to my new stuff? I hate it here. Ah, I see how I did that. That would make a lot more sense, actually. It's almost as if I did actually know how to build in the past, and I just need to trust myself. Alright, how did I do that? Me, I need to trust myself. Also me. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I see, I see. Curious. Okay, let's, take you off. Oh, no, you stay on, actually. You have a 2 to transition, 2 to free transition here. And then, what was it? Here-ish? No, it doesn't work. What the fuck did I do this back? I'm so confused. Alright, get rid of the decos for now so we don't have to worry about them. Get out of here, you. How did I do this back in the day? Okay, so it is my deco here, into square corner, into 1 meter slope transition. Ah, I see. Okay, so we just need to, do that, but better. It's just that easy. Get rid of you. And then, I see. So this is where it would be 2 to free. And then, so this would have to be 1 to free up here. If I was to match that. But I shouldn't probably match that because it kind of looks bad in this style. Do 1 to 4 there, that also doesn't work. Ah, I changed it too much and now it's fucked. Hate it when that happens. It's shocked. It's shocked. It's shagged and it's fucked. It's shucked. We have a lot of oyster analogies today. It's kind of crazy. Give it a double barrel diff? No, it's going to be a fighter, not a Cass. I want it to be a heavy fighter as well as have the potential for a bomber loadout. Or corn. Yeah, that's true. Corn does get shucked as well. I don't eat a lot of corn though, so I immediately thought of oysters instead, because I do eat oysters more often than I eat corn. Which, now that I say that out loud, does sound very odd. I'm a big corn hater. Have I had this talk on the channel before about how much I hate corn? Especially, like, American varieties of corn? Have we had this talk yet, chat? Okay, let's get the bottom of the cockpit in first and then see how that goes, I think. The fuck has beef with a vegetable? No, so, like, American varieties of corn, right? Boring, bland, disgusting. Like, you know, heirloom varieties are pretty based. Love those. But, like, the majority of the corn you get nowadays is bad. I'm gonna say it. It's not good. Orson does, apparently. Why? Do you ever have potatoes? Not what I recall. Okay, yeah, so America, like, you know, the varieties of corn that we have in North America at the moment that are commercially grown fucking suck. Elote is based as fuck. Yeah, elote is great. Elote is completely different, though. I'm talking about, like, maybe it was just the way it was made for me growing up, but, like, you know, I'm thinking, like canned corn or, like, creamed, whatever. Creamed corn, what's it called? What's the variety of, like, it's, like, the weird liquid it comes in a can, but canned corn base. I like corn on the cob, but I don't like, you know, frozen corn also just, I don't like it. Not to mention the fact that corn is such a filler item. I'm sorry. Like, elote, a meal on its own is fine. But I will never eat canned corn. Yeah, that's fair. What do you mean corn in a can? Well, I grew up with a lot of canned corn. And then you feel full, but you realize there's like 90% of the corn left. Well, also, it's just eating the little kernels just sucks. It's like eating peas. Vegetables shouldn't be small. I hate peas as well. Peas, at least, are nutritionally valuable. Baseline corn, that shit is filler. I'm sorry. I'm killing you. So, like, I like peas in dishes, but, like, just peas on their own? Nah, get that shit out of here. Mushy pea. I prefer mushy peas over normal peas. Or what you said for a second there. You, like, eat the peas individually? Well, no, but I'm just saying, if you, like, you know, if, like, they're on your plate and you're scooping them with a fork, it's just inconvenient. Like, mushy peas at least have the decency to be consistency where they stick to each other, right? Oh, you're more British than me, Jesus fucking Christ. I like the taste of peas at all, that's fine. A fork? Well, yeah, okay, so Henry, if I have peas, steak, and mashed potatoes on my plate, I'm not gonna eat that with a fucking spoon. I'm gonna use a fork because the main meal is the steak. And I'm not gonna dirty a spoon just because I struggle to get peas on a fork. British blood still runs inside of him? I'm French. Mix the peas and the potatoes. Yeah, that's what I would do. It doesn't make them better. Oh, yeah, you know, find ways to make this thing taste and be able to eat easier. Yeah, that means it's a shit. If I have to find ways to mitigate the issues with the food, that means it's a shit food. I'm sorry. If it does the fork, yeah. Quebecois Whitehood. It's not finding ways. No, it literally is finding ways. That's just how you eat it. Yeah, I'm just saying, if you have to do all that effort to eat the food, it's not worth it. That's my hot take. That's called cooking. Having trouble eating peas, that's a celestial skill issue. No, it's not about the issue of it, it's just annoying. I need my hot food take. No, I think there's better vegetables. Why do you have to eat peas? So you have better vegetables. Don't say finding ways to eat the noodles in the ramen because noodles can't work well with spoons. Who the fuck eats noodles with a spoon? Also, not to mention that there's no point in time where you're going to be having noodles on your plate with your spoon as the main utility. But with peas, you're not always going to have a spoon on you. It's activating like a sleeper agent. Ramen is right there. Hello? Okay, yeah, so I have ramen, okay? Right? Now, I eat ramen with chopsticks. Also, this is going to be another weird thing. Peas are easier to eat with chopsticks than with a fork. But, but maybe that's just because dexterity check. I don't know. But, okay, so let's say I have ramen, okay? I'm gonna, you know, probably either grab a fork with ramen, or I'm gonna grab chopsticks with ramen. Because I'm not gonna eat ramen with a spoon. Are you insane? But if I have steak, potatoes, and peas, I'm gonna be grabbing a fork. I'm not grabbing a spoon to eat my steak dinner. And also, peas are a side dish at best. At least corn has its own meals. You know, corn can be made into something better. Peas are a side dish at best, okay? I'm not gonna hear it. Peas are mediocre, to be honest. Thank you! I can't, you're taking yourself deeper here. Pick a lane! What do you mean pick a lane? I'm explaining... Alright, which utility do y'all main? You said at least corn and at least peas like 10 times now. Yeah, no, peas are a side dish at best. At least corn can be a meal. I still dislike corn, but there are some varieties of corn that I like. Whereas peas, there's very rarely any point in time I'm gonna be okay with peas. Mushy peas are like, you know, okay, I'll eat it. Peas are on the same level as corn to me. Yeah, there's no reason. We live in the era of abundance. There is no reason for small vegetables. All right. Right, in chat talking about corn and peas is a little fun. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, like, you can afford bigger vegetables. Just go buy bigger vegetables. Get broccoli. It's so much better. I fucking love broccoli. Get Brussels. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you like peas? Get Brussels sprouts. They're way better anyway. This is a hill I'll die on. I fucking love Brussels sprouts. I didn't like them growing up, but I think that's just because I found a different way to cook them nowadays. Ew, fuck no. No reason for small vegetables. That's a quote. What about spinach? Spinach is also goated. No, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hit you guys with another hot take. I will have spinach over lettuce for any salad. Lettuce is trash. No nutritional value. It's all water. Hate it. Get that shit out of here. Put spinach in my salads. Brussels sprouts suck dick and balls. Brussels sprouts are so based. What are you talking about? Nah, steak. Every meal. No exceptions. So true. No, I'll buy the biggest pumpkin on earth and email it to you. What about spinach? Yeah, no, spinach is based. Love spinach. Would you ever the pea be the size of an apple? Honestly, yeah, because then I could eat it with a fork. Or hell, I could just sit there and eat the pea like an apple. Which would be really funny, honestly. Imagine that as an abomination. Imagine, you know how, like, do y'all ever eat onions like apples? Or is that just me? That one I might be outing myself a little bit too much for there. But, like... Lettuce is nice even if it has almost no value. Spinach is just so much better, and it has value. Question mark? I feel like the majority of chat today has just been question. That just be okay. I won't die on that hill. I know that one's weird. I won't die on that hill. To be honest, I hate the taste of all vegetables. I just feel disgusting when I eat them. All right, see, I think that might be a seasoning issue because I think vegetables are an incredible vessel for seasoning. Also, just nice to have fiber. But probably the part of that, M3, is because, so, like, our brains are hardwired to, A, want carbs because that's fuel, and B, proteins because we need those. Whereas, you know, vegetables are mostly our source of vitamins and fiber. And fiber is pretty much just waste in order to help you make, or, you know, process waste easier. Guy goes out into random spaces and just eats gingers, onions, leeks, just straight raw out in public. Funniest shit in the world. That actually does sound pretty funny. The child be better. No, I've eaten well-seasoned broccoli and I hate it. Eat your greens. Yeah, I will never take the full vegetable hating status. I believe in eating your veggies. I just think there's better veggies than the ones out there. Carrots get a pass because at least they look fun. All right. Carrots get a pass. But Alright, let's fix this tail now that we have to redo this. There we go. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy if I was to turn it out, honestly. I think I hate their textures and taste. Yeah, that's fair. Like, so, like, for example, peas are that for me is a texture issue. Same with corn, right? I don't like the texture of small, grainy shit. All I'm saying is that veggies are better than fruits. Yeah. I think they work better from a culinary perspective. I think fruit is better. Fruit has an advantage raw, whereas vegetables are way better cooked. Carrots suck in my own. Yeah, I think it depends on what you get. So, like, I use a lot of maple syrup when cooking carrots. It's great. Monkey man. Develop better palates. And keep in mind, a lot of you who are around my age, right? We grew up at just at like the turn of the century when people were still just steaming all their vegetables and adding no salt to them. So like, what really got me into Brussels sprouts, for example, was a little bit of bacon and a lot of like a lot of salt, a lot of like spice, and then like a little bit of bacon mixed in there with some butter, right? Crashing out over vegetables. And then like, oh, cauliflower is a big one that I love nowadays. Fucking love pretty much anything derived from the mustard plant is my goat. It's like, what is that? Kale, cauliflower, broccoli, mustard, Brussels sprouts, my goat. What else is there? Yeah, I love onions, obviously. Like, spring onions, leeks, all that good stuff. Oh, I've actually really been getting into okra again lately. Most of my time, my vegetables are seasoned. Okay, fair. Well, yeah, you're French. You're like France. You're European French. You have an excuse. I sadly grew up in Anglo Canada, so we didn't get as much of the culinary tradition. I would say I hate vegetables. It's like how honestly, I think it's just a culinary skill issue, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's possible that their parents forced them, because a lot of people were probably going to be like, "Oh, I was forced to eat vegetables as a kid," and that ruined their perception of vegetables. And honestly, I don't blame them, because being forced to eat anything as a kid fucking sucks. But that's just how it was back then. No, like I grew up with no leaving the table until you're done your food. There we go. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks better. Let's not go too far. Why did Monkey Man just swap from blue to yellow on my side? Did I just reload my Twitch? Why is Monkey Man yellow now? What? What happened? I gotta take a snip tool of this. I'm very confused. I haven't reloaded my Twitch. Monkey Man it looks like Monkey Man just swapped accounts. That's really funny. Yeah, I'll probably in general. Like, Monkey Man just swapped accounts halfway through the conversation. No, I just changed my color. Oh, okay. Yeah. You can set a custom color in one of the menus. I think it's the gear icon or the chat. No, that's chat. That's a moderator option. Oh yeah. Left hand side of send a message. If you're on desktop, there's chat identity. You can change your color. It's how I always have purple. Italian Mediterranean cuisine is goated and better than French. Well, French cuisine is Mediterranean cuisine. You have the Riviera and Toulouse. I'm not counting Bordeaux as Mediterranean, but you got like Toulouse, you got Provence. You have all those areas, the Riviera. Mood change from happy to neutral because of this conversation. No, it isn't. Literally, Occitan cuisine is Mediterranean cuisine. It's on the Mediterranean. Northern Italian cuisine and Southern French cuisine are quite similar. It's just whether you're an olive oil main or a butter main. That's the only difference. Do you consider Greek to be Mediterranean cuisine? I'm curious. Like, technically, Eastern Spain, like Aragonese, Catalonian cuisine would be Mediterranean because it borders the Mediterranean. Yeah, the same way that North French and British cuisine is very similar. Well, no, that's different because they have a channel between them. Northern France had access to a lot more, mammal meat, whereas England had to do a lot more fish. But, not to mention that, France and England didn't spend that much time conquering each other compared to the amount of time that France spent conquering Italy. So there was a lot more diffusion of Italian and French cuisines, and both the fact that they're both Latin languages compared to English, which became more Germanic over time. Southeastern France is heavily influenced by Greek cuisine. Thank you, that's what I'm saying. Southwestern, you get wine. Is Egyptian cuisine Mediterranean cuisine, though? Is the Mediterranean anyone actually touching the Mediterranean? France touches the Mediterranean! Do you think France just squiggled a line and we just cut off the part that touches the Mediterranean? British cuisine is technically Mediterranean because they border the sea via Gibraltar. That's so funny. And yes, I would consider Egyptian cuisine Mediterranean cuisine. You have a lot of Coptic traditions there in the culinary world. My shit at Jug. Where did you think France was? Did you think it was Belgium? Monkey Man is always raw and sad. Also, Corsica and Algeria. Yeah. Although, yeah, I was gonna say saying Algeria there is crazy, White Hood. So, do you mind naming my unmanned lander in Kerbal Space Program that this place? Where's it landed on? Is it landed on the moon? If it's landed on the moon, I would say go for the Diana mission, similar to the Artemis mission, but in Aladdin. Anyways, ignoring that major blunder, I just need to know where you thought France was, Monkey Man. That's all I need to know, because that is some American tier geography knowledge. Moon, yes. Human doesn't have a yeah. No, go with the Diana mission then, because that's just Latinized Artemis. Listen, back in my days, Algeria was a sovereign part of France. Oh God, we just found out Whitehead is from 1957. All right, let's get back to. God, we argued about food so long that I forgot to build the plane here. What? It's 140. Actually, you know what? I'm down to argue more about food. I got time. Whatever hot food takes do I have? I do agree that like yeah, if you don't like vegetables, I genuinely think it is like either just a texture thing, which some people have, that's fine, or it's like mushrooms, right? And then yeah, but then you can also just deep fry it. Like there's so many ways to fix the texture issue. All right, so there's our central fuselage. I'm pretty happy with that. He looks pretty based. Uh, and now here. Now I want to do this further back, I think. And that's the 3 meter offset. So now we do this. Yeah? No. There we go. No, that's not what we wanted either. We wanted this here. There we go. Then you come back here. And now we put you in here. Ta-da! And then we put you up to 4. Maybe back to 1.5. Also, this is all Velen ambience? I didn't realize Velen in Witcher 3 had so much ambience. To be fair, I kind of did a speed run through Velen. I really didn't like Velen compared to Toussaint. So, that makes sense. The Baron's quest was cool, but it was so goddamn depressing. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. It insists upon itself. Alright, there we go. Let's do this here. Now we put you in. Yeah, that just looks a little bit smoother. We put you in here. I like that. Yeah, it's a little bit sleeker version of how we did it earlier. All right, I'm okay with that. Different meaning to being called a White Hood. Oh my God. American tears and insult I'll never throw it, even at my worst enemies. I do not want to talk about it. No, it isn't. I was there when France became France. At which point, because France became France at multiple different times in history. Are we talking about like the National Awakening back when Are we talking about like the centralization? Are we talking about the revolution? Which republic are we talking? Yes, you know what? Fair enough. If you're all of them, hot food, soup. Oh, soups are pretty good. I feel like soups are mostly a nutrition thing, though. Like they're just the most efficient way of getting nutrition from your food, and it's I oh god, I have so many hot takes today. I'm gonna get like canceled over these. But yes, when it became the Kingdom of France. Okay, but which time? It became the Kingdom of France multiple times. I only really like cream with chicken soup and tomato soup, but I make exceptions. Oh yeah, because I was gonna say broccoli and cheddar, for example, goes hard. Only having cream of chicken is insane to me. When West Francia became France. Well, okay, there we go. Okay, so it was the Carlin Empire. Also, okay, yeah, I'm actually quite happy. Look at the profile of this little guy. He's so cool. He's already so cool. I think that's the first time. Yeah, I would argue, like, West Francia turning into France proper. Because I wouldn't consider all of the Frankish kingdom, because that was technically the HRE, or like the Carolingian Empire. I'm a real Lotharingia fan myself. Guess who's back? Welcome back. You missed a very intense discussion about food. It's like soup, because by the time I feel full, there's still like 60% of the soup remaining. Yeah, well, that means you have 60% leftovers. That's two more meals right there, or that's a meal and a half right there, because you eat another 40% next time. That gets you down to 20% remaining for leftovers, and then you have 20% for like a light snack. Having the boil of a soup removes quite a decent amount of the nutritional value. There's so much flow that soup stays very strong nutritional value. Yeah. So like it doesn't leach out, is what I'm saying. Like you denature some of the proteins and all that, sure, but it doesn't leach out like when you grill, where you have like energy loss, right? Or not energy loss, but like the shrinkage, right? So like meat doesn't shrink as much. Well, it does, but it bleeds out into the water and then becomes broth, and et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot less leakage and loss of moisture and all that when you have soup. In comparison, I believe you eat nothing but cookies. Actually, yeah, I am curious. What do you eat? Like, what do you like? What foods do you like? Because I feel like every food we've talked about today, you've said you've disliked. I'm gonna open my window, and then I would love to talk about it. If you're okay, obviously, if you don't want to say it, that's fine. But I am also curious now. Because like I have like a lot of go-to foods. So like I do a lot of pasta, I do a lot of rice. I've been really getting into Moroccan cuisine lately, and like just Northern African cuisine again. What else have I been getting into? Uh, dude, why is he so based? Holy shit, I love this guy already. Sorry, I'm looking at the shape and I can already imagine the final product, and I'm very excited. Oh, you know what we gotta do? We gotta leave space for the engine block back here. So you actually come over here, please. There we go. Doesn't like veggies, doesn't like soup, doesn't like... Yeah, I don't think they ever said don't like fruit. God, I love pasta. Pasta is really good. No, I think what happened is, I think we said you and I prefer veggies over fruit, and we may have conflated that with M3. But yeah, no, M3, what do you eat? Because like my usual, like, yeah, so my go-to this week, I'm meal prepping, right? So tonight I'm gonna cook up a pound of hamburger, split it into segments, and then I'm gonna use probably a quarter of it for a hamburger pasta, which I'm gonna put into little ramekins as like ready, like one serving meals. Because I have like 20 ramekins that I put in the freezer for meal prep. But so I have that. That's gonna have bell peppers in it, some spinach, macaroni, the beef, and then I'm gonna do like a creamy buffalo cheese sauce on top of it. Because I found some new buffalo sauce that I wanted to try, and I was like, this would go great with a cheese sauce. And so I'm gonna do that all as my meal prep for this week, and then I'll just eat like out of those ramekins for the next little while. And then I also have a few other bell peppers that I want to stuff with beans and rice, which will be really nice. I eat whatever the fuck takes the least effort. Hamburger pasta sounds awesome. It's great. I would have used fried chicken for it, but I ended up eating the fried chicken in a bunch of fried chicken sandwiches like the past 4 days, which I feel a little greasy now. I'm not gonna lie, but it was good. Yeah, but the agenda takes priority. So based. I think it's a beef bourguignon. Oh, dude, I fucking crave bourguignon. I used to make a lot of coq au vin, and like beef bourguignon is pretty much just the beef version of what is that? Chicken and wine in English, I think. It basically, you make like a red wine sauce for chicken, and like you marinate the chicken in it first. Beef bourguignon, nice, yeah. I love wine sauce. I need to cook more of wine. I just don't buy like dry red wines enough to cook with them often. What kind of heavy fighter are we making? We're turning the Shrike into a heavy fighter slash bomber. So pretty much, it's kind of like a light P-38. At least that's what I'm loosely basing it off of, styling wise. But it's pretty much just what if the Shrike was a P-38 instead of a mosquito? Or what if we just twin boomed the mosquito? That's all we're doing today. How are you doing, Cass? Good to see you. Eat whatever ingredient I have in my kitchen. It's usually fried egg, schnitzel, and etc. How often do you guys have schnitzel? Because schnitzel to me is very time intensive. So okay, so so that's a lot of protein you have there. What do you have for your carb, Emperor? I'm curious. If you mount the bird engine in the horizontal stabilizer, I was tempted to do that, similar to the old Gotha, especially because the frigate bird doesn't have it. But we had so many issues getting this fucker to fly when we tried this the first time, and I just don't want to deal with that. So I think I'm just gonna keep all the guys at the same height. Plus, we'll have more clearance the way we have it right now, anyway. Just more schnitzel. I guess yeah, schnitzel does count as a carb, doesn't it? Because it has the bread in. Depends on how heavily you bread it. So like, so I'm curious then, Emfrey, do you do like Jaeger schnitzel at all? Or, God, this is gonna turn into a cooking channel soon, just so I can start teaching recipes to my chat. Got me on these new shots that killed my appetite. I didn't eat anything yesterday or today. You should go get food. Holy shit. I want to poke it with a Flackinson diff. Yeah, you'll be able to soon. I'll probably be releasing this blueprint once it's done. Well, actually, I'll probably release this blueprint after episode 1 of the Deepwater Guard Open campaign. Because I do want to release it this month. But we'll see how that goes. Because the issue now is like I very much put myself into a history niche, and I don't know if I can really relate this to history unless maybe I talk about pirates. But we'll see how it goes. Actually, you know what? Fuck the niche. I want to do it anyway. I still want to do a Deepwater Guard campaign only. Down 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not ideal. Definitely recommend getting some food. Even if it's just, like to maintain body weight, right? Or if you're trying to lose, then that's great. Just make sure you're losing it healthfully, right? 2 times a day at best. I usually eat breakfast and dinner. Hey, I normally have 1 meal a day. Because I forget to eat a lot of the time. So to be fair, I'm not exactly the picture of health right now. I'm not doing great on that front either. But for me, it's mostly just about just not hungry. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah. So my issue is that I forget to eat. 320 isn't enough. Hey, look. In that case, yeah. If you're losing at a healthy rate, like, so the thing I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to lose weight and you are, that's great. Just make sure that you're not losing it too quickly, because that will cause other health problems. That's all I'm saying. I'm not an expert though. So obviously, if you're working with a plan, trust the plan over me. I'm just saying, just be safe when doing so. Yeah, sometimes I never eat anything at all. Yeah, I will eat once a day. I have a reminder to eat, but the biggest thing for me is like I'll be in the middle of working on something, and then it'll be like 8 p.m. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get food. So I just have one big meal a day, and I just make sure that the calories are enough to maintain myself. Actually, yeah, fair. If it's just once a day, it's kind of worrying. Yeah, so for me, it's about calories in, calories out, right? So I eat like I only eat once a day, which not great, but I at least eat at that time enough calories to maintain for that day. Does that make sense? So I'm not eating in a calorie deficit. Gonna go cook some mac and cheese, be back in 10. Yeah, no worries. Have fun. We'll still be here. Alright, let's see if we can get this shaping done back here now. I've been kind of yapping about food for so long, I kind of forgot that we actually do have to build this. Now, honestly, I'm gonna say it. I should have built the gun first. But, I didn't want to. Let's actually put you in here. Not here, sorry. Does that line up? Let's have you line up back here, actually. There we go. Hey, perfect. Nice. And you go here. You go there? No, you don't go there, do you? You go here, buddy. Okay. That works. That works pretty well, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, mac and cheese. Yeah. But no, go back to food though. So like, so my go-to is like I always want to have at least one carb, one veggie, one protein. Or sometimes like if I'm having a day where I'm already feeling a little bit like I guess heavier, because I have to my issue is I love food, and I have to watch what I'm eating a little bit more nowadays now that I'm not as physically active as I was 2 years ago, right? So for me, I guess the biggest part is like just some days I'll I do meatless Mondays, for example, where I don't eat meat on Mondays. I'll eat beans, like a smaller protein that's a little bit less high in fat, right? What else do I do? Yeah, I think that's pretty much like just one protein, one carb, one veggie. That's most of my meals, and then just add seasoning to taste for whatever I'm doing that day. I can't really think of any other advice I can give cooking wise aside from season your food. Also, corn sucks. Raw. Hate corn. Big wheat fan though. Oh yeah, that's gonna rustle some jimmies. I prefer flour tortillas over corn tortillas. I get a lot of my friends get very angry at me when I say that. All right, get those in there. That looks pretty good. Honestly, I kind of like having the tail curve in instead of having it centered on the tail for just vertical stabilizers there. I kind of like that. But yeah, just make the dish with the ingredients of the seasonings. Okay, actually, do I want the curve in? Oh, how old am I right now? I'm 38 by 51. So I'm only okay, 37. No, 38. Okay, just didn't want to tell me what was what. So I'm a little bit longer than the original Shrike, which is fair. I'm too wider because I just made the wings a little bit wider to even them out, which again is completely fair. Okay. My big back heart is being broken here. You speak about food. Please, have a little. I never ate. Wait, what do you mean you've never eaten the tortilla? And what? Okay, I'm content with my life actually. I thought the Dutch had good food. Hey, Melzer, enjoy your work. Like to be fair, so for some people, I understand that like food is very routine. So like for me, I can't imagine not having a new food at least once a week. I have to be constantly trying new food. I crave that experience, right? But like for some people, they just like having the same thing over and over again. That's okay. That not everyone loves experimenting with food. Yeah, I think we'll put the APS in there. The nacelles and the boom are gonna have most of our resources in them, which will make them weak to getting hit. But let's be honest, if this thing gets hit, it explodes anyway. Aloha, mi compadres. Hello, Spicy. How's it going? To be fair, I grew up on lower middle class for most of my life. So did I. When I was younger, we had a lot of struggle meals. I still have a lot of struggle meals because it's nostalgic and comfortable. Like I remember quite a few times where like the meal like especially after like karate nights. I would remember we'd get home and like dad would be cooking, and so he'd put on a big pot of macaroni, like a massive like like stock pot of macaroni, and just pretty much make homemade hamburger helper. But like he would do his own little twist on it. It was so good. I remember growing up, I was so excited for every Tuesday because my dad would be cooking, and he made the same thing every time, and it was that big pot of macaroni, and that would be our lunch at school for the next 3 days. Actually, that's the thing I don't talk about enough as an adult. I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I unironically miss having like family meals where I don't have to think about what, because like nowadays I have to think about everything I cook. And it was so nice when mom had to think about what, like I don't mind cooking and helping mom out. I love cooking. But I hate having to plan out the meals. And I hate having to plan the variety out. Because like my mom will tell me all these times about how she makes a bunch of different meals, and I'm sitting here going like I meal prep 1 week at a time, so I'm like, oh, I'm eating the same thing for like a week. My dad had one recipe when he cooked, and it was just pasta sausages. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Look, dad's like the dad war goes hard. They have one recipe, you know. Yeah, no, I just we haven't grew up isolated. I don't think he grew up. Again, it's like I said, right? Some people. So maybe your parents like were some of those people who were they only cooked the same thing over and over again, right? My mom always wanted me to try as many things as possible because that's she wanted me to be as prepared for life as possible. And so we traveled a decent bit when we could afford it. And we'd like just try everything new. So like for example, like we could have traveled I remember growing up we could have traveled to the States a lot more or do vacations like out to the Caribbean, yada yada. Instead, my mom was like saved up for quite a few years and was like, "All right, we're going to Japan and Australia." Obviously, he knew more, but he was too lazy, tired to try new things. Plus, we all really liked it. So my past sausages. Yeah, my dad was the same way. Like, so for that macaroni dish, we called it slop because back before everyone called everything slop, this was our slop, and because my dad would because I'd ask dad like, "Hey, what do you call this?" And he just goes, "Ah, it's slop," and he would just like put a ladle in the bowl, right? And so I'm available weekends and Tuesdays, but I think the worst food I've created was a soft dog, but the meat was replaced with hot dog. I do hot dog roll ups all the time. Slop is crazy. It's just what my dad would call it. I think. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was back when we were watching. Was it Oliver Twist? Was the name like the "Please, sir, may I have some more?" Because we'd always ask for seconds, and that's where I think Dad got the name for slop for it, which was really funny. How to get banned from the cookout? My dad hosted the cookout. What do you mean? We always hosted the cookouts. Also, this wasn't a cookout meal. This was a Tuesday when Dad would get back from work. Mom would pick us up from extracurriculars, and so like no one had time to cook. So Dad would get home first. So this is what he would make, or Mom would get home first, and that's what she would make. What is cookout? So a cookout is it's a North American cultural thing where basically you get the entire neighborhood over for like a barbecue. And shout, I want some slop. How young do you think? No, I was. When did we start doing this? I think I was 7 when this started. So I knew it was called macaroni and cheese. It was just a joke my dad had, but we called it slop. I'm not saying all mac and cheese is slop. I'm just saying this specific rendition of the recipe was called slop because that was the inside joke. God, God forbid, Monkey Man, but some people actually have jokes with their parents. The British stoicism. You can't laugh at anything. I'm just saying, Monkey Man, a Portuguese family would get it. I can cook good mac and cheese. Hell yeah, huh? I'm making fun of Monkey Man for being British and not getting the joke. That's good bait. It was good bait. Thank you. I was proud of that bait. Going to fucking kill you now. But no, yeah. So it was just something. It was just an inside joke in the family, which we had a lot of. Because looking back, my family was very neurodivergent. Whatever recipes did we have? Saturdays were always steak nights. Sundays were always roasts. God, I hated steak night growing up. So it's actually really funny. I haven't had a steak in a few years now. I can't like steak is one of those foods for me where I had it so much as a kid. I would be content and never having steak again. And it wasn't bad steaks growing up. I like the steak was good. It's just I had it every single Saturday. You what, lad? Hello, Scarab. Can't believe Roar family predicted Roar roasts. It's probably where I get a lot of my humor from because I joke saying like as far as my humor is concerning, like my mom and my grandma are so much worse. I'll go home and like I'll get like verbally flashbanged by what some of the stuff my mom and grandma says. Steak was for barbecues and restaurant dinners, so I love some steak. Yeah, we had steak night every Saturday. And then like every other Friday would be like a pizza night, maybe, or it would be like a night when mom tried out something new that was like like or finger food stuff like that. Oh man, this is all like 20 years ago now. Because after my dad passed away, like we changed up a lot of our normal menu because a lot of like our normal menu was like dad's routine. So that's why we had like the Sunday roast, the steak night Saturdays, right? But steak night is crazy, damn. Some of the shit me and my grandma talked about getting me canceled. Same. I had to oh my god. The funniest thing I do with my family right now, like back whenever I go home, is so obviously I'm 6'4", just around 200 pounds. My brother is like 6'7", I want to say, and you know about probably closer to 300 pounds. And it's so funny because my grandma is like 5'2", and my mom is 5'6", and maybe grandma's 5'4". I don't know. Either way, they're considerably shorter than us. But so like mom will take us somewhere with like say like the bank or like like some old friends that we haven't seen since we were children, and you'll just have my brother and I flanking her like the arms crossed in front of us like bodyguards, and like like we're fucking giants, and then mom is just like walks between us, and like we look like we look like bodyguards for my mom. It's the funniest thing because we actually we went to visit some family out in BC a few years back, and we did this bit because this is just the bit we do. My mom knocks on the door. My brother and I are standing like behind her to either side, arms crossed. My mom's aunt opens the door and she nearly has a heart attack because she thought she was gonna get robbed by us because it's just two large guys, right? Mood rule Portuguese Catholic grandparents. That's because your grandparents remember the Inquisition. Uh, yeah, remember the grandma I'm referring to as my good grandma. I never met my dad's mom, but my mom's mom, like so my maternal. Oh wait, that's a new song. Oh, I do love Ram Koda's theme, but I don't know if that's gonna get me copyright stricken, so I'm not gonna deal with that. Let's listen to some EU5 now. But I remember, yeah. So we nearly gave my mom's aunt a heart attack because she thought she was gonna get robbed when she saw us, and then oh, both sides of my family were in the army during the Angolan War. Oh, that is rough. Jesus. Yeah, no, that is that's not great. That would be rough. Yeah. Nah, as someone with two military parents, I get it. There's a lot of stuff where you like growing up now that I refuse to go into the military. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, a lot of that stuff was not normal. It's not their fault. It's trauma response and stuff like that, right? And at the end of the day, I still think I was raised very well. At least I have no complaints about the way I was raised. Right? How do I want to do this engine? Do I want to do carburetors plus injectors, or do I just want to full on inject my brick? Aw. I have some complaints. I have some complaints about the way you have complaints about the way I was raised? Well, Spidacy, you're in a Discord server with my mom. You can take it up with her. You're in a Discord server with her. There we go. All right, now we just need more cooling. Is that worth it at all? Hmm. All right. Let's actually extend you forward, and this way we can get the large radiator in. Don't have to finagle. You gotta be connected down one, don't you? Damn it. That's annoying. Hey, is there an offset for crankshafts? The adapter. I think that's what you do, yeah, buddy? No. Bruh. What is the point? You work sideways, maybe? Okay, you're connected now? No. No, what about this? Fuck, okay. Well, shit. That sucks. I was really hoping that. Why is there no, like, vertical offset for crankshafts? God damn it. It's a level of power I didn't realize I had. Yeah, no. You could theoretically just message my mom and be like, hey, yeah, he's being a shithead. Where he got a head injury, came back, forgot his original Angolan family, and then remarried to my that what? Holy shit, that is some grandpa lore. That's insane. Alright, well, if we can't get away with doing the radiator spam, that's actually damned inconvenient. Why can't I just, like, turn my my crankshaft? You know what I'm saying? Why can I not be cranking my shaft? Here, let's take you out here then. To do it like this, I guess, which is gonna be annoying. Ugh, no, that's gonna look so bad. Ah, ah. How do we do this? Suddenly, 40 years later, my dad is slightly salty. He's no longer the oldest child because when I recently did my grandpa's daughter managed to track us down and introduce herself. Oh shit. Yeah, that's always fun. We had something similar in my family where my dad had an older sister, but we didn't know about it until 2011. But I think that's just also how it was back then. Like obviously, your dad had a head injury. My grandpa, I believe, was just had multiple partners. If I remember correctly, I'd have to look back into the lore behind that. But okay, let's actually read what we're doing. Yeah, is there any reason not to just do an injector brick? Why am I trying to combine carburetors with injectors here? I'm lazy. Why don't I just do cylinder all the way? Truly a cylinder, I hardly know her moment. Alright, there we go. Now, unfortunately, the thing I'm most annoying about this is that the exhaust is going to be blocked no matter where I put it. Which is what we call annoying. There we go. So I'll have to put it down, I think, just to get it to cool. Let's put some fuel on here so we actually can do something. Right up. Put you right here, buddy. Alright, that might be a little bit overkill. Honestly, in that case, yeah, I can just do decorative engines at the front if that's already 10k, right? If I get to do much else. Back with my Mac? Hell yeah. Oh my god, you have slop! Well, I said they wanted to go to college to be an aircraft mechanic, just like me. Already questionable, given this is the same kid who threatened to shoot other kids at his school and is always getting into major trouble. And after going to the military to work on B-2 bombers. I have to hard to tell him, but he would not survive the military. Yes and no. I feel like some people really benefit from the military, especially if, they have unmanaged ADHD. I think the military providing that structure and that routine can really help. But, if it's stuff like violent tendencies and whatnot, then yeah, the military is definitely going to chew them out. Well, the old military would have chewed them out. I don't know about the current one. If we're talking about the United States military. You doing roast today? Yeah, we will be. We still got about 20 minutes-ish. I was hoping to get this fighter done, or this bomber done today, actually. Yeah, so if I keep the engine in the back, then maybe that's not the worst idea. Now that I'm looking at this as well. Alright, get the engine exhausted out. Not enough coolant. How do you not have enough coolant? You have coolant. It came with your Xbox. God, always these fucking radiators all the time. Average stable, unstable. How are you unstable? Here, let's put on a prop real quick just to see how this goes. I do want a little bit of armor there, actually. Let's put you there. Where's it? Alright, so... Which is that? 4... Yeah, 5 makes sense. There we go. No, let's take it down to 4, actually. There we go. Alright, just slap a quick little controller in here, I guess. I will say, E5 soundtrack, not bad. Give you Maddie's. There's your material boy. Alright. Why are you not going? Oh, fucking automatic control, I hate it. Push your presets. That works for me. Oh, you're gonna be like this now, buddy? You're gonna do this to me? Why are you not working? Just turn on. You have fuel, you have engine power. What more do you need, buddy? Why are you negative? You should be... Oh, because it's a pusher preset. Right. That's fair. Why is he not working is my question. That's what I'm confused about right now. God, any bend in that propeller crankshaft and those booms are gone. Yeah, that's why I made it smaller. Good, but not as good as yesterday's. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, Spinacy, I don't know how much time we'll have for 1 hour tonight. I do want to do 1 hour tonight, but I also have Stellaris planned tonight in order to prep for a collab on Sunday, so. Let's actually split this open. There we go. Alright, not sure how I'm going to do it, actually. But I'm also still confused as to why this isn't working. I feel like... Would it work if I just do backwards? You have power. What's wrong? You need an AI in you? Why aren't you working, buddy? Okay, I don't know if I can sing. So how the pull that's supposed to be the crankshaft is fucking thick. It's gonna be deco, don't worry. Because you can see over here how it changes. And then the razor bill also has a great example of how I want to do it as well. Yeah, let's get all the props in, I guess. It's in that phase of the game where it doesn't want to work, and it's very annoying. Alright, put you in here, we get 4. Yeah, that makes sense, okay. There we go. Why did they start? I feel like, why do they always start on automatic control? That feels weird. I don't know if it feels, that feels weird. I feel like it should start on manual control, no? Did they change that? I feel like they used to not be like that. And you're still choosing not to work? Curious. You just need more mats, maybe? Here, put you here. Alright, I'm just gonna put an AI in it and see if the AI can control it, because manual control doesn't seem to want to work right now. How very annoying. You, buddy, just come back here. Wireless transmitter. Maneuver. Just move like a plane, please. Alright, I'm gonna let you go now, buddy. There we go. Okay, now it works. It only uses about 4,000 energy. See? Okay, but the back here it is still heating up too much. That's annoying. Okay. If I make you into a large radiator, does that fix the issue? Probably not. Well, he's connected now, at least. Is that he only connected to the one? No, okay, that works a little bit better. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we don't need this area anymore because we use the pivot now. Right. I remember this. We do pivots. I need you here. Oh right, yeah, he pivots in a weird way. I hate the pivots in this. Ugh, so dumb. Why does he pivot like that? I hate it here. Wait, hold on. Why did you put in sideways? Hello? Ugh, good enough, whatever. And then control surface. Here. Here. And you. There we go. Why do they have vertical like that, but not horizontal control surfaces for the pivots? Alright. Now, what is your issue? I see. Okay. Hello, Shangaroo. How's it going? Alright, let's save you and respawn you back not so high. You are a little bit high right now, my friends. Obviously, without the weight, it's going to struggle to fly. I get that. I'm just curious to see how much power it uses. He does go remarkably fast for props. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. That's about the speed I wanted, I feel. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Alright, he works how I want him to. And he doesn't take up too much power, and anything else we can just, what's it called? Use for shields and whatnot. That's about to kick my ass. Ah, that's fair. Hey, she have inlets behind the propeller so air can circulate around the engine bay to keep the engine from melting. Yeah, that makes sense. What if the engines just ran cooler now? Okay. Alrighty. There we go. There's your little AI friend now. Your little dog, too. That radiator has to go. So we do not have enough coolant right now, which is unfortunate. So I'm wondering if maybe we do move it back then. Because like, the issue really is we just don't have enough. Unless I put the radiator all the way in here. Right? So I can cover it up a little bit at least. That feels like a waste of resources, honestly. Oh, I just put it here. Duh. Yeah, because we got rid of... Oh my god, okay. I feel dumb. There we go. Now he fits into the engine. Yeah, we just expand the engine bay past 2 meters. Easy. Alright, let's get you. Let's get you. No, it doesn't work, does it? How are we going to have these nacelles enter the area? Here's the question. We can probably just... Yeah, I think we can just do something like this, I think, honestly. Maybe that does work. Maybe we do something like this. And then we can look around over here, maybe? Ah, well, we'll figure that out later. Air channels around the fuselage that lead into the engines. It would be cool to do that, yes, but it's gonna be difficult. I'm probably just gonna use intakes, honestly. Like how I did on the original strike, with the intakes down here. Just because what else am I gonna put there, right? Like it's just a nice area for it. I'm just happy it flies properly. That's pretty fun. Why did you not get deleted properly? Hello? Ah, days. Alright, there we go. Paint you up. Paint you up. Realize I did the paint in the wrong direction because I'm tired. Detail in the center, please. Purple on the sides. Thank you very much. There we go. Alright, what else do we need here? They just do like an engine cowlin, so they might be fine without something like that. Yeah, if they had a cowlin, I would like the back one. The back one's definitely not going to have to. The front ones I'll probably make. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If I only have the one engine at the back, at least it means I can use the front of the ever engine, the cells for fuel and whatnot, and then put ammo in the booms. And that way, APS gun in the center with the AI. Love not being home because my instructor wants to give us an hour-long lunch break forever and quickly taking us to do the lab work already. Oh shit, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I do not miss university for stuff like that. That was always weird. All right, and then what we'll do here is we can probably sneak more radiators in. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, do something like that maybe. Give me enough cooling now. Hey, we have enough cooling now. Huge. All right, now the question is just how are we doing this? So we could do some cowl in here, honestly. Or we could just do square corner, which I think would probably work better. Now that I'm looking at this. Then in here is just the weird part, isn't it? Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? How does that look? Does that look bad? It doesn't look great, that's for sure. I think what we can do then is just boom, put you back as wood. You over here. Then just have this part be metal to represent that that's where, you know, it tags onto the engine. I'm not a fan of how this is. I'm not liking how this is coming along. Why does it work under the cells but not here? Okay, back you up, back you up. What we need here is this. Yeah? No, it needs to be in line with this one, which means we need to put you here, unfortunately. All right, I don't mind decoing over the radiator just because that's the best functionality we're going to get for that area. Okay, get rid of all of you. Thank you. You go here. The radiator on the side. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of you back down here, then. Do we want... No, I don't really want to. There we go. I think that's the strat. No, because that still looks a little bit too thick compared to the nacelle. I don't know how to adapt this from fuselage into engine. Steel Shredders have prop planes? They do, yeah. Already busy as shit this weekend. I don't want to sit on my ass waiting for Mr. Slow to teach us. Yeah, that's fair. How do I adapt this? Maybe I get away with that there. No, because like anything that I do back here makes it feel too thick. If I take you off, put you here. How do I do a bottom of the nacelle? I do that. Right. Okay. A little bit difficult to do back here, no? We can try it. Yeah, because that very quickly becomes deco. We can probably add original mesh there. Hmm. And then that immediately goes into a... God, why do I build like this? Why do I do this to myself? Trying to attach a nacelle to a fuselage like this is silly, but it's exactly what Deepwater Card would do, I feel. Alright. There we go. You here, put you here, just so it works aesthetically. Yep. Because we have to put those radiators in, that's the main issue here. Oh god, how do I connect all this? Jesus Christ. What a conundrum. What is this BS? Alright, maybe we don't move you there then. Maybe, honestly. Let's actually take you off. Let's put you down one. I don't think we need to do anything else here. Okay, I think that gets the bottom in. Yeah, I like that on the bottom there. You can move forward over here. We'll do a 2-meter one back here. There we go. Maybe this works. Does that make it still too thick? It's not as bad, it just doesn't look as good either. That's my main issue there. And you have an offset, mister. Which I might want to have mess around with. Maybe? Did I make that look good? I don't know if I can. Pain is salvation as we're trying to design this is actually really, really funny. There we go. Alright, that works. Just slap 2 offsets there, it's fine. That counts as an engine cowlin, right guys? And honestly, I think we actually get rid of this, we leave it as just crimped instead of being stretched out now that we're not doing as... Now that we bring it back in, right? So we'll just have the little area here be 2... Okay, that works, yeah, see? There we go. Alright, now up here... I don't want to use too much metal is the main issue. There we go. Okay. No, he still looks too... He looks dummy thick is the issue. I do not want him to look dummy thick like this. Thank you for the stretch, Morgana. I appreciate it. Alright, it's probably time for roasts. Maybe I'll have to come back to this, honestly. Yeah, let's delete that. I'm not a fan of that. Maybe we bring it up further down below. No, because that doesn't work either. Yeah, didn't the cell so nice over there? Why isn't it working over here now is the question. That here fins it actually there? Might be overtired. Sounds to me like you might be a little bit overtired, which means you should probably get some sleep. Sleep is very important. I don't take my advice because I do stay up until, you know, I do play quite a few 4 a.m. Warno games, but I promise you, sleep is still important. There we go. Okay, that fixes that side there. I'm happy with that. That looks good. Okay, now how do we fix you up here? I just want to fix this engine and then we'll go to roasts, I promise. I want to fix this. I can fix this. Okay, so put you there. Then realize would be down here. No. More 2 meters, maybe? Okay. Now what? Now, what do I do? What if, and hear me out here, flipped you around, because we're going to have to at this point. And then take you. Okay, that looks a little bit better at least. Still definitely a little bit thicker than I'd want, but it's not the worst issue to have in the world now. But wait, maybe? Eh? Maybe that works. It's a tad strange, but then back here we can just do like that maybe. It was very square. Not the biggest fan of that. Yeah, I like this side. Maybe that works for now. Having a hard time sleeping. Yeah, no, I get that. I was just saying. Yeah, because that way we don't have too much of the Cowan on the engine, but we still have it set up so that we can. Then yeah, just change you. I think over to here. Get you out of here. Yeah, this is difficult. Yeah, because you can see that feels too thick. Honestly, what if we just don't swap to we just take this all the way down? You know? Hmm. Ooh, maybe. Have we considered the humble square corner? Then we know we need this down here for the Cowan bit. Maybe you become. Then we can just like put like 3 blocks here, sure. Then over here we just cut this off here. Alternatively, we do this. No. Why is this so difficult though? I feel like this should not be this difficult. Oh, maybe. Now we put you here. Now we put you over here. I might just need to take a break from this and come back at it later. Might just be one of those days where I'm not going to get it first try, you know? Such a weird mechanic here. The deco phase of the turret cap. Yeah, it happens to us all in the end. It's just that radiator causing so many issues, right? The radiator is needs to be there. So any place I can really put it. Okay, let's ignore this. How are we going to be doing the Cowan at the front? We have this part underneath, right? Honestly, what if we get rid of you? Or no, keep you mechanically. Swap you back to a 2 meter. Make you wood here. Hide your mesh. You down here. And do this. Like we did on the last one. Does that work for us is the question. The answer, I think, might shock you. No. Where I want the metal to be, so let's actually put this as metal here. Then what would stop me from just doing this? There's a really weird lump at the bottom of it. Oh no, because that comes into this part of the cockpit. Hold on a second. Maybe we're onto something. How does the old trike do it? The old trike matched it up with the 2 meters. Okay. Shit. Okay. That's annoying. Well, you know what? We don't have to be the old trike. We're our own individual person. Okay? We don't have to be the old trike. We are new, we're fresh, we're funky. You know what I'm saying? We got this. We don't need no old trike. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, you know what? I should just cut this part out. I don't like this. Take you. At some point, do this, please. Probably here. Alright, that works a lot better on the bottom, I think. Because now we have the bottom of our plane here. And it's a little bit more rounded than before. For a moment, my pattern recognition said Foxhole dive bomber and got spooked. No, unfortunately, this is the fighter. Okay, I'm just struggling to work with it right now. Because I have a way I want it to look. But it's not quite there yet. Let's put you here. And then put the air intake over top of you so it doesn't block this area at least. And the rest of the engine should be fine. Just up here, I'm really not a fan of this up here. Also, maybe we delete you. How do we deal with that now? Do I need you? Oh, I don't even need you. Small radiator's enough. Huge. Okay. That makes our jobs a lot easier. Now I can just do this. Let's expand you out though, maybe. Because that feels too wide now. Not a fan of that. Alright. Let's have it on the side then have it up here. We can. Oh, wait. Now we do this. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Finally, that works. That works a little bit better. That looks more like the nacelle now. Still a little bit big. Maybe, honestly, we could cut it down, like, slim them down over to here. Yeah. Okay, I see the vision now. I have the vision. And then now here we can just put the 2 meter wood slope. Wait, Neko, how's it going today? It's good to see you. Blaze, good to see you as well. How have you been? I'm Tim to see. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Just working on a little plane today. Not too much else. Okay, so I'd actually want this. This one. Oh, other one. Oh, this isn't the top bit. Right. Shit. Okay. That's annoying. So actually, let's make you a 3 meter. Do some of this, some of that. And then you can just be a normal guy. And then, honestly, I think that works. Let's actually take you in by 1, I think. Yeah, that makes him feel a lot thinner. Okay. Doing pretty good. Just finished watching the first Hobbit movie again. Oh, good choice. I want to rewatch The Hobbit. Such a good movie series. Alright, so now we have this issue down here of what the hell do I do down here? Does it even work? No. This work? And then that just gives me the little weird fin that I have to do down here now with the I hate doing this one all the time. There we go. Go to here, please. Thank you. Alright, well, we figured it out at least. Now, just over here. Put you there. Did I put that? There we go. You go left and up, please. Hide out original mesh, apply with mirror. Now we delete you off from over this side. Forever asked me to do a Lord of the Rings marathon today after the first movie. Like, can we do that for 5 tomorrow? Oh, hell yeah. That sounds great. So actually, in that case, let's put you as a triangle corner there for aerodynamics. And put you in here. There we go. All right. That works, I guess. It's not my favorite for sure. The applique will cover up anything that we don't really need the word. We can cover it in post. It's fine. We'll fix it in post. For example, applique here, right? So we'll put you here, and then you like this. Trim, hide your original mesh. I have mirror. Realize that actually I wanted it probably closer over here. Now we have this. Then we do this. There we go. Alright. Yeah, to add some bulk to it without making it too rotund. The issue is when you smooth stuff out, you make it rotund, right? So that's what we're struggling with right now, is because the Shrike is not rotund, it's very sharp at angles. Which is what's throwing me off a lot of the time. Oh, you know why that little middle section looks weird? It's because it's not lined up to the wind where it should be. You, my friend, should be lined up right here. That's why it looks so strange to me. There we go, that looks better. It's supposed to be a continuation of the wind past this out into the... Alright, yeah, no, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. Alright, we need to think of a name for this, chat. And then I'm gonna go to roast. But no roasts until we have a name for this. Alright, and then just over here. Alright, you're not able to... Oh, curious. Okay, let's delete all of this. Thank you. There we go. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that applique now. Kind of thinking the petrol still, honestly. I feel like this just feels like a petrol, you know what I mean? Based off a P38 with some Deepwater Guard characteristics, though. I'll have to put in the APS later. Probably do that off stream, probably be easier. And then what? Alright, yeah, let's just swap over to roast. I'm okay with that. We'll just call it the heavy fighter for now. Oh, also, something I worked on this week that you guys haven't seen yet, now that I think about it. I should probably show this off, because I'm actually quite happy with how he looks. I have started working on a Deepwater Guard Twin Blade from Red Alert 3. It's not fully done yet, but it's gonna have the same gun as the Selkie, and then a bunch of like rocket pods based off the Hind, which I also haven't made yet. But yeah, so here's this little guy. He has a paddle wheel as his back rotor bear. He's quite evasive in combat, but if you actually make him move normally, he can move normally, which is a nice little change. So credit the Syrup for getting me helping me to sync up the rotors there. Yeah, look at him go. He's just a little deep water guard twin-bladed Hind. And then he just has a Papo-style bridge for his cockpit. He's still a little shaky. I want to stabilize him a little bit based on the Hind. But yeah, the rocket pods are based on the Hind. And the original Red Alert Free Twin Blade was based on the Hind, but with just 2 rotors instead of 1. You know? Oh, look at him. He's a pretty cool lad. I quite like it. You can't tell me you don't like this. So not be the only deep underground heli we see. The bellhop will not be seeing the light of day. And then his little tail rotor is just a paddle wheel that we repurposed. I'm very happy with that part. I think it's really funny. You know, I built this after I was what was I doing? I think I was looking at the Harpy Squadron in Ashes, and I was like, ooh, I want a helicopter for my custom campaign. Reference to the rocket pods being the only rocket pods not used on the Hind. Assuming you're using the same reference. Yeah, the cone one, yeah. Whee! And then we just gotta fix how hard he banks. I know Syrup did that for evasion, but I don't care about evasion. I'll just put shields on him instead of having him evade this hard. It's in roast, you legally have to show it off its superiority. Ah, I see. Well, I guess, yeah, that would be one way to see what chat thinks of it. Anyway, I saved the heavy fighter, yeah?
Listening.
God, this one, I'm quite happy with how this does look like just an upgraded Shrike. I'm very happy with this. Alright, save you. How many blocks did we do today? 505. Let's go. Huge. To be fair, most of today's stream was yapping about food. Alrighty. We're about to hit the ad break here, so I'm gonna run ads now. Get up, walk around, get some water. And then we will come back and we will start roasts. See you guys in just a bit. Alrighty, we're back. I got everything downloaded. And we swapped the music out. Joke's on you guys, you still have to listen to Claire Obscure. Get rid of that. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Alright, let's see what we have for roast. I downloaded all the roast we got, closed the file, we're good to go. My roast folder clear already. It is. We don't have too many today, which is a nice little change. It means I don't have to do too much. Alright, let's see what y'all cooked up today, shall we? Starting with, the BB-01 Quanix Pablo III. What has Cringe made? Oh, this is cute. Look at this little guy. Okay, first off, I love the green camo here. That actually looks really nice. That is very nice. I love. Oh, you got the cross deck fire. Okay, so I personally love turrets that are set up like this. I've been wanting to do this with a deep water guard build for some time now, having the cross deck fire. I just haven't figured out how I've wanted to do it yet. But I absolutely adore cross deck fire like this. It is genuinely so cool, and it's one of my favorite fins from like early battleships. No, it doesn't do it right. What do you mean? It has cross deck fire. Look, they can both turn either side. Isn't that so cool, Monkey Man? What do you mean it doesn't do it right? It looks so good. The only issue I've run into with this is like, how am I gonna have it set up where I can what's it called? The Tetris it correctly. No, yeah, I get that. Okay, so what's the issue? It's cross deck fire, Monkey Man. No downward limit pitch on guns. He can probably fix that later. The guns were forced there by the engine superstructure. Yeah, I was gonna ask, where's your superstructure around this? It's a nice asymmetry, but I want to see more to it, right? Because I don't understand why they're forced like that. Because like, you don't need cross deck fire. You can just have these back to back because there's no superstructure here to make them change, right? Also, who the hell is getting this lifeboat up here, and how is it attached, Cringe? What is this? Hold on. Cringe, did you forget to attach your lifeboats? Oh, that monster. He forgot to attach his lifeboats. Alright, we're killing him. With hammers. Sorry, Cringe, buddy. You're getting killed with hammers today. I will say, though, as like your first foray into pre-dreads, assuming this is your first foray, because I don't think I've seen many of your pre-dreads before. Or dreadnoughts. I think it was a pre-dread or a dreadnought. It has casemates, so I want to say pre-dread, but someone's going to yell at me, I'm sure. Either way, I love the paint. The paint is also a lot better than Sector 7 ever was. There's no need for him to be offset like that. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Either way, it still looks good, though. Still like it. It might just be a weight distribution thing. Maybe they just wanted more weight there. Yeah, no, good job, Cringe. I like this. Alright, let's see the bellhop. What's this little chud sun, little owlette sun? Doesn't even... Okay. You'll see the superiority of the bellhop. It doesn't even fly right, I'd like to point out. Very, very cool, Mr. Dicey. This is the one that you said was better than the Twin Blade, by the way. Yeah, do you wanna... care to comment, Mr. Dicey? If he's still in chat? You legally have to show off its superiority. Oh, it's definitely better as a blender, I'll give you that much. I love when my helicopter works better as a smoothie maker than as a... He can't swim! He can't fly either! Oh, wait, maybe he's making it. Oh, and nope, there he goes. Yeah, so he works, but his superiority as a blender is most assured. Alright, I will say, I like this little part up here next to the prop rotors. That looks nice. The little supercharger deco. This ball cockpit still looks like weird. It doesn't match. It's too circular compared to the rest of the build. The door in here is nice, but you can't access it because there's a little bar in the way. Very sad. The missile pods look good. I do like the little floats you put on. You gave them little floaty water winds. That's cute. You got the symbol over here, which is nice. And then the truss tail I do quite like. What does that say? Help wanted. Big BB wizards needed to make fly. Call 1-800-SPOID. Okay, that's pretty funny. Also, your prop decos do leave a lot to be desired. I feel like these are very thick chunguses. As the kids would say, because I don't know what that means, honestly, now that I said that out loud. And, yeah, the cockpit, like, I think everything behind this cockpit looks really nice, actually. I really like it. Just do an Alouette cockpit, honestly. Don't, you know, scrap the ball, just do an Alouette. You know? I know how long he took to do a ball, so I understand why he doesn't want to scrap it, but I just think the French Alouette from Warno would be so much better. You know what I'm saying, Sudaisa? Also, you forgot to deco your missiles. That's another big one, too. Isn't that also round in glass? Yeah, but it's less spherical. It's more rounded. It's more smooth than round, I would argue. Or you can just do like, I don't know, do an Apache cockpit then. I don't care. This looks like a fly to me, but bellhop, yeah. Oh, he kind of does. I could easily imagine him rubbing his hands together. Like he goes to land on your ship and he just starts rubbing his hands together like flies do. That's just the ammo barrel deco now. What, up here? Yeah. It's just stretched ammo barrel. And then the little oil refinery on top of it, but it clips because he didn't do it properly. You know, but I see as a Kodo help, I do expect better from you. Nova Glass? How did you do the glass? What happened in here? Oh my god, Spicy, what happened with these poles here? How does that look like normally? Oh my god, that looks horrendous. And you didn't even mirror. Oh! What happened to this poor guy? Alright, let's see the glass. I think this was before, because so this project has been in the works since like 2022 or 2024, or maybe 2025. But I think it was before we got cylindrical glass. So I think this is fully custom sphere. Yeah. Okay, it's the mimic tube. Yeah, it's before we got like the hollow stuff. There's the Taurus glass. Okay, I see how you did this. I see what's happening here. Mimic pull tapered. Okay. Yeah, the glass is a bunch of different mimic shapes with glass material. It is cool, like mechanically. I just, you know, you can see the massive part jutting into it from the back here. Like, you'd have to cut off this entire part for the cockpit to work, and then maybe, like, square it up off here, right? As clear glass inside to make it hollow, yeah. Like, maybe up here, if you put, like, I don't know, like something here, and then, right? Try to, like, square it off a little bit at the top. Not even that, I guess. I'm not sure how you'd do it, but you'd have to figure it out yourself. But just something so you can break up that perfect round shape a little bit, because the round shape just doesn't work really well with Deep Water Guard or like FTD in general, because again, it's a voxel game. This the Roy helicopter? No, my helicopter. So that's the one Spidacy said was going to be better than mine. Mine is this one. This is mine. It's a Papo style bridge with twin blades. And he's an evasive little guy. It's Spidacy slander, yeah. Yeah, we're slandering Spidacy today. I can slander myself later. Yeah, overall, I think there's a lot of good details on there, Spidacy. I don't think, by any means, I do not think it is bad. I just don't know if the round glass works. Alright, Broodmother, go. Ooh. SD. Oh, I think this is the one Ben submitted, actually. Yeah, it is. Alrighty, very nice. I have no idea what's... Is this the new Crush and Blow style, maybe? I'm not sure. Interesting. Okay. Very cool. I quite like it, but it feels very Dorito shaped. I feel like I want to see like the cockpit move forward like a little bit, but then again, maybe I'm not as familiar with Crush and Blow. But like the cockpit here, you know, give it a little bit more of a diamond profile than just perfect triangle or arrowhead. Actually, that's a very nice arrowhead, actually. That oh, what point does that remind me of? It reminds me of a spear point, actually. Which one was it? Not the Eden point. Oh, you know, no, I know what this reminds me of. It's almost like it's corner notched at the bottom there. A little bit of basal notching and corner notching, and then you have like the elongated up. Fuck, what is the point called? I can like so clearly picture it in my mind. It's not Mummy Cave. It's similar to Mummy Cave, but it's not quite Mummy Cave. Might be a BC one instead of a Alberta one. I'll have to look at my book again. I should say I do yourself. That's chat shop. True. Yeah, so you missed the food argument earlier. Basically, I hate corn. Ooh, I like this little tube out the front, though. This is cool. I tried doing something similar on the spark plug, but it didn't quite work, sadly. That's very nice. How you have that expanded over time. I really like that. Who the fuck hates corn? Corn is bad! Like, we're not gonna get into it again, okay? You can watch the VOD if you want to see my arguments for it, but basically, there's no reason for small vegetables. Have bigger vegetables. Corn is filler at best. Yeah, okay. I quite like this. Alright, Puma. Ooh, I like that purple color, gotta admit. Alright, so. Yeah, this is Panzer guy. Didn't you already submit this? I feel like I've seen this before. This just feels like Cold War jet with, maybe not even Cold War jet, maybe like 90s jet with big missiles. I do like the detail on it, though. I like the little trim up here. It works really well in my paint scheme, so you get bonus points for having it work well in my paint scheme. The missile deco is nice. It's a very solid plane. Or is a big vegetable if you eat it on the cob? No, because the part you eat is still the kernels. You don't eat the entire cob, Slow Boy. Slow Boy out here eating corn on the cob like a fucking corn dog. I will say, corn is a fantastic ingredient and stuff. In terms of, like, you know, like, making corn dogs, for example, or like cornmeal or cornbread. But, you do eat the whole cob, right? No, you do not. You do not eat the whole cob. Also, these intakes feel a little bit unfinished. But no, overall, I quite like this. I'd like to see a little bit... Yeah, I'd probably just have to still deco through it and whatnot. I don't know, I feel like I'd like to see a little bit, Oh, never mind, you have the giant eye at the front, I guess. I want to say I want to see a bit more creativity, but, like, at the end of the day, you know, if you're trying to replicate something, you've done a great job here. But maybe add your own flair to it, right? Or add some fantasy element to it. Like maybe some nose-mounted missiles. Why do we always mount missile hardpoints at the center of the fuselage and the wings? Why do we never mount missiles on the nose? Have we considered this, guys? Butter it up and slide it down. That is horrific, Slow Boy. That is absolutely horrific. No, I will say this is a very nice looking plane, though. Also, where's your landing gear? That's another question I had. Because with this many missiles on it, how the hell are you gonna... Where is your landing gear, actually? How are you gonna land this? Hold on a second. You don't have room for landing gear anywhere on this. Put some landing gear on this, Panzer guy. Look at him go. Whee! Maybe it's a water landing, or maybe you have to belly land each time, so you have to fire the missiles and then belly land. Alright, Harrier jump jet. So, same idea. How the hell are you landing this? Oh, you have the slots for the land. Presumably those are the slots where the landing gear would come out. I'm gonna believe that that's what those are. No, because the Harrier has the landing gear on the wheel. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, wait, the Harrier has the landing gear on the wheels. I remember this. I know, Monkey Man did his due diligence. He paid the landing gear tax. We don't land. True. You don't land it until you've exploded all the children. The missiles look good, but they feel a little bit big for his size, honestly. Oh my god, okay, he flies like he's drunk. Shaping-wise, you got it pretty good, I think. It's not bad. Yeah. Kind of wild that you have the RCAF symbols on the side and then you put the France flag on the back, though. Kind of crazy you would do that, Monkey Man. I know that's gonna be... I know he's gonna be baited by that. Aside from that, not much else I can really say here. It's a Monkey Man build, though, so we have to see where the truss is, of course. Ow. Oh, come on, Monkey Man. Has the landing gear on the wheels? On the wings is what I meant to say. Come on, Monkey Man, what is this? It's not even aerodynamic! You could have at least made it aerodynamics. Trans Harrier, what the fuck is that no deco view? Monkey Man, what is this? You could have at least made it aerodynamic. Is that even in here? Monkey Man. Brick. What is this shit? You could have made him so much faster if you made him aerodynamic. I'm disappointed by this. Alright, get him out of here. It's on a spin block. Don't care. Didn't ask. It still looks bad. All right, Jacob's blasphemy. Sure. Let's see how it goes. All right. This. So the issue here is the bottom of the hull. You can smooth that out, I feel. That has like a pilferer style hull. God, that hull is disgusting. I'm sorry. Come on, smooth it out. I know you know how. Just put some effort into it, you know? It ain't that hard. You can do it, I believe in you. Look how easy that is, see? Just smooth it out, it's not that hard. You believe I missed my own review because my dad was asking about dinner? Well, oh yeah, what are you having for dinner? We need dinner ideas. What? What is this? Why do you have a 2 meters? Huh? Just do this! What are you doing? What are you? Who made this? This is GS Narvi. Who's GS on the Twitch? I gotta ask about this one, Chief. This one is submitted as rage bait. Yeah, you successfully. Your bridge actually looks pretty good. The bridge is okay. The smokestack and the superstructure, it could be better painted, but it's not the worst one I've seen. These are disgusting little creatures. Oh my god. I don't even care about the tech for it. There's just, like, you know, like, rules aside. Like, oh, haha, we have packs on here. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that it just looks, it's just a fucking, like, little chud triangle. A chud angle, if you would. Okay, this is the worst rage bait here. Come on, you can do better. You can do better. Fix your block count. Fix your damn block count, people. It's not that hard. Is that the bridge from the Brigand? Probably is, actually. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that is, yeah, because I recognize that rangefinder in the radar. And then I don't, is this, it's not Cinder's Luck. I think this part is custom made. But, I will say, the one interesting thing you did do is I kind of actually like this pattern down here. This is interesting. Like, if you had casemates and whatnot. This could be fun. But, like, also, why is he so straight? Where's his roundness? Why didn't you shape him? He's just a square. Wait, also, you smoothed him out on the sides. Why didn't you smooth him out when you... What? Also, what is the stern? Oh my god. Oh. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm not even disappointed in, like, the functionality rules. It's just, like, the aesthetic rules. Come on, you can do better on that one. Alright, Mega Marauder. Alright, one second. Let me get a Marauder for scale. I don't have a Marauder in my... I don't think so. I'll just use a Tributary for scale. It's pretty much a Marauder. Okay, yeah, he's a little bit bigger, eh? He's a little bit bigger. I will say, Cookie, I actually didn't realize how much bigger it was. You did a good job on scaling him up, honestly, because I didn't realize, I couldn't tell without another ship for scale how big it was. Chud angle is what they called me in kindergarten. Chud was not a word back then. Keep biting, Mr. Roy. I don't want to hear it from someone who got rage baited earlier. I never realized that was 1 year old. Yeah, no, that's really well done, Cookie. But none of us realized it was bigger beforehand. That's really well done, Marauder. You, yeah, you absolutely cooked on this. Good job. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive. Yeah, because like if I wasn't looking at like the tributary right there, I would not realize that this is a like, see if I like zoom out. That's just a normal Marauder until you have like something for scale. Very well done on that. The massive rams are what tricked me. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think that is. Because look, those are free by free rams. Very well done. Be proud of yourself for this one. Yeah. I'd say I think what tricked me actually was this right here. I thought this does look all like one block. when it's actually like two by two. Very well done. Good job. That is a really cool build. I like that. That's a really neat idea. All right, malediction. Didn't Orange already make a malediction? I swear Orange already has a craft called the malediction. That doesn't work. That's too bright. World Walkers wins again. Okay. All right, Orange. So it's an orange build. Okay, this is a bit better than the normal orange one. I can respect this Tetris a little bit more than I normally would respect orange. Damn, back from my roast. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this one orange, this is good Tetris. Good job. You've been learning. I take good Tetris. Let's see if it's balanced. Maybe I'm being a little bit too nice. Let's see what you got here. 12.4 RPM. Well, you can just check on the barrels now to think about it. 12.4, 12.4. Very nice. Good job. You have enough. Actually, you have a little bit too much recoil. You could probably reduce that down. Just to save on some mats. Same with your railgun. To be fair, I won't say rail use capacity because that one I'm actually not sure about. I would not lie. I am not as familiar with railguns. Aside from that, you got asymmetric up here, which is nice. I feel like if you wanted to put the ERA here, though, you should have covered the coincidence rangefinder, or at least mimic hide it. Why didn't you mesh hide that? Actually, that could have looked a lot better. Your turret looks really nice here, though. I love the way you did these mantlets. That's good. Very nice there. Oh, am I not gonna be? I'm not gonna have anything to crash out over an orange build. I'm so sad. So I don't know why you crimped the hull here. Like, you didn't put anything in. Like, put some doors in here. Come on, dude. Save on some mats gave me whiplash. What? Orange built this hull in like 30 minutes? Yeah, it's a nice hull. No, Orange did a good job on this. I guess I won't crash out. Alright, well, I was looking forward to crashing out today, honestly. Oh, well. Okie dokie, I guess. Alright, Squupton. Oh, look at his large nose. Oh, he's ready to eat someone. Look at him. He's ready to go. He's pogging out of his gourd right now, as Arrow would say. So I have to change that. I have to change that key binding because every time I hit F9, I throw something at myself. Aside from that, yeah, it's an okay. I'm not the biggest fan of this. Again, I feel like... Actually, I don't know who did this. I thought this was a T-Lad panel build, and I was going to be like, you need more paneling. Yeah, cockpit feels very, like, large for what it is. And I don't quite understand having this... Yeah, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this, honestly. I'm not sure how it would improve it, though. I think it's just too... I think its proportions. It's too thick, right? It's my first proper looking plane. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like you want to slim it down a lot more, personally. But maybe... I don't know what scale you're going for, right? But, like, the vertical stabilizer back here... Like, this is so thin compared to the front, right? And with a plane, you'd want the front to be decently as thin as the back. It's a neat design. I like the idea. I like the aesthetic in terms of, like, you know, the coloration's good. Some of the details are nice. I just want to see it a little bit more proportional. Does that make sense? I think keep the style, but make it proportional. This could be a really cool plane. All right, now we have the Vintar class. Let's see what this is. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm listening. Turn you off, please. Very nice. Okay. I really like this. Love the way you did the barbettes at the back. Very nice. The engines are pretty good. Not bad, not bad. You know, it feels like a proper airship with its detailed both below and above. That's very nice. You got the little indented nameplate. That's cool. I love indented nameplates. That stuff's always so cool to me. Get the little intakes up here. Oh, I honestly don't know what the comment. I don't know what feedback you're looking for here. Who was this? This was Bean. Okay, Bean's not looking for feedback. Bean just wants to show off. Very nice, Bean. Very nice. I love these little side turrets too here, the square ones. This is how you do proper square turrets. People need to learn how to do proper square turrets. Because they do work. You just gotta, give them some time, give them some effort. No box launchers on the side. It's one of the things I always want to do. I want to build modern style stuff sometimes just so I can do, or like sci-fi style stuff just so I can do the cool little box launchers. I guess I could do it for Deep Water Guard. I just haven't found a place where I want to do it yet. Oh, you know what? I just found a place I want to do it. I have an idea for the Barbosa now. Alright, but yeah. Alright, that's the rest of today. Pretty damn good. You guys have built a lot of good stuff today. Some of you more than others. But aside from that, let's go back to my chat-in screen and let's talk about what we're looking for this weekend. So, tomorrow I'm probably going to play Tlatoani, which is a new city builder set in the Aztec period. Very similar to Pharaoh, if you've ever played that. As far as I'm concerned, it's apparently Paradox sponsored it. I didn't know Paradox sponsored it. So I'll be playing that just because 1.0 just dropped, and I already bought it back in early access. So we'll be playing that. And then Sunday, I'm going to be doing a Stellaris collab. So we'll probably start off with FTD on Sunday. Just build as we wait, because it's going to be a little bit later than our usual stream time. So Sunday's going to be a big stream day. It's going to be a long stream day too. But I'm going to be playing Stellaris with Toadie and Nemo from the Game Changers. Two very good friends of mine. And I'm deciding if I'm going to be the hero of the galaxy or if I'm going to be a galactic shitter. Actually, yeah. Did we shitpost or what did we do? I'm back, but missed 1/2 the stream out. Yeah, you did. Crazy. Yeah, so that's this weekend's plan. We have big collab on Sunday. And I want to try and have it where I have one big collab every month going forward. Because I realized I haven't been collabing as much as I like to. And I miss hanging out with my friends. So we'll be trying to do more collabs. May's collab is going to be fun. It's going to be with Arrow. But I'm not going to spoil anything more after that, because I'm going to be introducing some new folks. Alright, who are we going to raid in today? Who have we not raided in a while? You know what? I haven't raided Borderwise in a while. Because Borderwise usually ends before I do. Yeah, okay, let's go raid Borderwise. Alright, bro said that I missed my... True! Alright, we're gonna go raid the Borderwise. He's playing some Dawn of War. 1, which is my favorite Dawn of War. So we're gonna go say hi to... let's hit him with the stream safety inspection. Hit him with the snobs. Stream safety inspection. Snom. There we go. There's our raid message for today. But yeah, aside from that, usually ends before I do as a catchphrase of yours. Yeah. I said, there's never been so much... I've never critiqued my own language so much as when I watch back my VODs, and I'm like, I have said that so many times. I have so many, mannerisms that I say, which is crazy. Like, for example, I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and bye-bye. I say bye-bye at the end of my VOD so often, which is wild to me. Anyway, I do hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, afternoon, day, whatever you are right now, and I will see you all next time. Bye.